All right. Hello, everybody, and we are back to Tales of Aldha. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, uh, it seems as though Fredboat is at least working for now, so that's good. I'll just leave this for the recap, at least for now. So, let me see. Do we have any announcements before we begin tonight? We'll be taking Saturday off of Divine Beasts. My old man is coming down from Washington, so we'll be taking the weekend off. Aside from that, nothing else going on the channel. Tell you what, everybody. Would you guys like to introduce your characters real quick to our audience, and then we can do a recap and get this party started? Let's start with our absentee from last session. Draxx, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I would. I'm playing Draxx Weatherfist, a hobgoblin artificer of meddling renown, who's come to the western continent from the eastern continent from here and has traveled a long way and wants to get to Belstrad to see the newest inventions and innovations that they've been having there at this city of prosperity.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Let's go round robin. Zell, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, all. I'm Ribbons. I'll be playing the character of Zell. She is a halfling ranger from Cadria. She's young and very inexperienced. She's just grateful to be around such experienced soldiers and other people. Just glad to be here.
Thank you very much for that. Next, can we turn our attention to a very regal player, Flynn?
Hi, I'm Ray, and I am playing Flynn Rancast. He is a human fighter from originally from Sostagaria, and he's making his way to Bellestrade because he may or may not be running from his past.
Thank you kindly. Next, let's have Hetty. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Oddbane, and I'll be playing Hetty Mattenberg, the half-orc warlock. She is on this quest following a divine purpose that I hope to be able to get into at some point. I think y'all are really going to enjoy that.
Excellent. And lastly, Grom.
Hello, Stoic Vector, also Devin, playing Grom Fadeway. He is a paladin being pulled around by his strings. He's a good little soldier heading towards Balustrade. We'll find out why.
Excellent. For those that don't know me, I'm the Lord Baron. I do a whole lot of tabletop stuff here on this channel and a little bit of game streaming, and I am the guy who is going to be helping these people tell a little collaborative story here. I'm the DM, GM, ST, whatever flavor you have for the arbiter of the rules and the person who kind of guides things along scene to scene. So, as is tradition, would anybody like to take a recap of the last session who is not Draxx?
I did it last time. Does anybody else want to take a shot this time?
Who's feeling bold? I'll give you, let's say, 75 experience.
Bribing
I
for
can
the
do it if
recap.
no one else wants to go.
Well, the floor is yours. Before you begin, you did get a full team inspiration from Sexiest Potato, so note that down on your character sheets.
Man. Alrighty. So basically, the last section was one big battle. Grom went against all D&D wisdom and split from the party along with an NPC Anselm. And somehow we managed to all not die and almost get all of the wagons out. And then we got exploded. And most of us, in the haze and the shock, we see, I believe it was Anselm and Draxx being dragged away.
Among a few others, yes.
That's what I remember, among a few others.
And the 3 dwarves, a child,
Mm-hmm.
and one other, which I don't remember. Who are the dwarves?
Was it Giorgio?
Malin and Callan? Giorgio?
Yes, it is
Malin.
Malin, Dallin, and Callan. You are correct. And Cristiano was not taken down.
Oh,
Okay.
thank goodness.
Fortunately, it wasn't Giorgio either, because that would have been a very one-sided fight for them.
Yeah, that would have been a bad choice for them.
Just, you're doing what here? Marlon goes into flashbacks of Nick deciding to have a voice-changing, crazy bunny NPC. PC.
It's funny because he's like, why don't you give me some more like background of what your character is? And I'm like, oh, I just hid like a little thing that he can do. He can actually Hulk out and gain 110 temporary HP, and he turns blue. He has spikes on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And a
So
third
he's like
Saiyanin
a blue
is what I'm
Super
calling it.
Saiyan.
and a third leg. It helps him run fast. All right, but yes, Hetty, please go ahead and take 75 experience. There wasn't too much that happened last session. You're right; it was pretty much all battling. So yeah. But yes,
Last time on Tales of Aldha.
it was a couple small things. Zell had noticed, having dealt with many gnolls in the past, hailing from Kedria and dealing with, gnolls and gobkin and such, that something felt off about how coordinated this pincer strike was. But it was about that time of that stark realization that another one, a possibly far more effective one, had happened. But yes, thank you very much for that recap, and let's go ahead and begin tonight's session. Oh yes, and there was one last final thing. Because of a very lucky draw on the cards, which I'll talk about momentarily, you guys all got a hell of a second wind. As the world was drawn and you guys got all of your resources refilled.
Does that apply to Draxx or no?
It will, shortly.
It will in the... Right.
So, by the way, with the people in the audience, I have seen a little bit of inspiration drop, but a quick reminder to our players, everybody gets to carry over 1 inspiration per session, unless otherwise noted. They can have a total of up to 3 full inspiration during the session, and you can also use your channel points to get them numbered inspiration, which at the end of the session, if they still have any remaining, if they remember to let me know, we have a little bonus that they can get. If you're feeling saucy, you can get a little tarot draw, see what the cards may have in store to help them out.
Do you mind if I actually ask a question on that? That's
Of course.
something I didn't understand how it worked out. If the party gets full inspiration, does that mean each person gets 1 use of, like, what would normally be DM inspiration? Does that mean between you all, you get 1 inspiration?
Oh, you each get 1.
I see. Gotcha. Also, if I had a D10 and a D12 last session, does that translate? Did that translate into anything, or no? I just forgot to tell you.
That means you forgot to tell me.
No worries.
But yeah, definitely let me know at the end if you have any numbered inspiration die.
Good to know.
All right then. So, with that, let's turn down this incredibly loud song and get into tonight's session. Against all odds, you defended the caravan from a pincer attack against a large band of gnolls. However, misfortune awaited you further in the woods. A well-timed strike with kegs of gunpowder destroyed some of the wagons, displacing supplies and people alike. In the chaos and bedlam of the attack, some of the others were taken, including your new companion, Draxx. And you saw just for a fleeting moment, the figure of a large gobkin. And though there was some small bit of tension, conflict, and disarray in their ranks, they did appear to be in command. Questions race now through your mind about this coordinated strike. How could it have been possible that... But there is no time to dwell. As the realization dawns upon you that the longer you wait, the further the others will be taken. Another second wind seems to blow through you, and you gather yourselves with renewed vigor. Let's resume from that moment. The blasts have torn apart much of the wagons. Injured people all about, some regaining consciousness, some still being nursed by the others. The caravan that weren't quite in that coordinated area have either caught up or circled back. You still have a couple of wagons remaining. The people are justifiably terrified. Eyes darting about, wondering when or where the next strike could come from. But a few of the more experienced ones, those that remain, are now administering aid to those fallen. And against all odds, let me confirm this real quick. Yeah? Wait, 1 second. Everybody appears to have survived.
Damn. Nice.
The four of you look about, and the question begs, do you gather the survivors? Do you go after those taken? What are the four of you going to do? But before we get into that, let me do this tarot draw that was cashed in on. Master Destroyer, are we going left, center, or right?
Go again.
Cowabunga it is.
He said
Middle.
and towards Stoic.
Oh no.
So it's Devin, it's your fault if this becomes
Well.
tower. Got it.
I'm afraid that I'll be revealing that in an opportune moment.
What does
Cool.
that mean?
Well, it's got to be something good, obviously, for us. I mean, it's gonna go great.
Don't
Are you
worry.
sure?
Well,
I don't know.
one thing about the tarot draws is, admittedly, when I first implemented them, they were a wild card. Some would be very good for you, some would be very bad for you. I had some players express some concern that it felt like the audience could be actively working against them, so I've actually redone them. They are all of a benefit to you. The only exception being the tower, which still helps you, but it's not great.
That wasn't the one you drew, because then that would have implemented then and there, right?
Who can say?
Okay, never mind.
Marley,
That's probably fine.
But
you're making me nervous.
the four of you look about at the collection of people there. What are you going to do?
Zala's going to take a quick look around and see if there's anyone that's really injured and offer first aid. Any help she can give
Ooh.
real quick.
Can you
Thank you,
please
Hellhound.
roll a medicine check for me? Unless, do you have a healer's kit on you?
Good question. I do not. I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that one.
Excellent.
I rolled a natural one.
Whew.
This one was an 8.
There's a saying that many hands make for light work. However, when it comes to applying poultices and bandages, many hands make for cumbersome work. As you go in attempting to help, your nerves possibly the blast from earlier, everything that's happened today, it's just getting the best of you. And with shaky hands, you're trying to help wrap people up, but a couple of the more experienced adventurers kind of butt you out of the way a little bit, like, we've got it. Go see if you can help somebody else.
Sorry.
Let's see. Turn to. Do we have the map up? Probably not yet. Probably going to turn to whoever's closest. Oops. We're missing a few.
Give me just a second. Sorry, Roll20 like completely redid how to do this. So I think you guys should be on the same map now. I'll have to drag Grom out here, but
Drag Grom out and drag Drax away.
Yeah.
there we go. Oh, jeez. Sorry. I was on the wrong map that time. My apologies. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do is let me... Sorry, the whole, like, running two maps at once really threw me off. I was like, fuck, which one were we on? Okay. This map should look a little bit better. You've got a couple of carriages there. You've got a number of people.
Yes.
All right. So, what's it going to be?
Oh. That is a good question, Ribbons. Nick, would Zell's lucky feat have let her re-roll the one that she rolled for her medicine check?
Yeah.
Okay, just good to know for the future.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind for next time. Because, yeah, your lucky feat, I believe you get three times per day you can just re-roll a roll.
No.
Oh, no.
Nick,
Oh,
Halfling luck.
your halfling luck.
Which just automatically
she's
rerolls
halfling
anyway.
lucky.
Yes, that is correct.
Sorry.
I think I'm close.
All right.
I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to respond to what Odd had said before all this.
Mm.
She was saying some of them been taken. Yeah. I don't think it even... I don't even think it would be safe right now to round up the rest of the wagons and just... Because we have to rescue Draxx and the others. But we also... I don't think we can just let the other two wagons try to roll on out of the forest on their own. We'll probably get attacked again.
Okay, so really quick, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
How much time has lapsed? Because we were kind of like shaken. About how much time has lapsed since the others got dragged off, and we are finally coming to and having this conversation.
Roll me a straight intelligence roll.
No, don't tell me about it. Okay, there we go. 6.
You can't be certain. It could be anywhere from 10, 15 minutes maybe. The blast really disoriented you guys and you lost consciousness for a bit, but it also doesn't seem like it's been too long. The sun didn't move terribly far in the sky.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ask that question out loud. Is anyone good at tracking? Maybe we can see how far they've gone.
I am. That's a good question. I I do have some experience tracking gnolls, especially. Uh, these gnolls are acting very strangely, but let me look around and see if I can see which direction they walked off in.
So if I recall, let me see something real quick here. I believe your favorite terrain is forest. Is that correct, Zell?
That's right.
Okay.
That's fun. Means you get to do ranger stuff.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, ranger stuff.
So, first of all, if you're going to be tracking gnolls, as I believe they are one of your favorite enemies, you get advantage on this.
Sweet.
And then... Interesting. Fuck.
Mhm.
Oh, your favorite. Oh, man. I didn't.
Terrain does a lot for
It
you.
does a lot. God, oh my God, I didn't realize it did that much.
Are there any DMs who think rangers are useless here in the chat, by the way? I'd just like to express no the fuck they aren't.
Yeah. No, Rangers, I've long been an advocate. Like, everybody dunks on them, but they're great. So please go ahead and roll your survival if you can for me. And this will be at advantage, so roll twice and take the higher result. It's like I familiarize myself with a lot of stuff, but like I don't remember every little point, and every now and again I look through something in a kit and I'm like, damn, that's good.
Yeah.
That's not
Your
go
group
well.
can't.
I
Oh,
rolled
they can't get lost. Oh, that's fun.
I rolled a 13. That's the best I can do.
It is good enough. So you look around and you can see outside of the kind of blast zone. As you get to the edge of where the well-worn road is near the center of the forest there, you can see a number of footprints, and you can just all the telltale signs that you would look for when looking for gnolls. Tufts of hair kind of clinging to some of the bushes, snapped twigs, and just the heavy footsteps that they tend to go with as they usually move. If not single file, they usually tend to go pretty close to that. And ooh, very good. Let me see something real quick. It was a fair-sized group. By your estimation, maybe probably about 15 or 16 of them. As far as how long ago they passed through, yeah, probably about maybe between 10 to 15 minutes.
All right. Zell, seeing that Hattie was trying to kind of look at the sky, see how much time has passed, I'll try to get within earshot of Flynn and Grom as well, and just mention, I think they walked this way. It looks like there's tracks leading off in this direction that are not old, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. What do you all think we should do?
The obvious choice to go chasing after them, but we can't leave these civilians here undefended.
Right. Flynn is gonna look around and try to find the nearest caravan guard.
You find something better than that. The Leonin from before with the curved swords approaches just as you start looking, having heard and glances over at Grom. Well, they won't be undefended. We don't have the numbers to go with you, but we can at least stay here. And sure, they're looked after, but we shouldn't linger here for long. Go.
You're right about
Couldn't
that.
agree more.
Recover them if you can, but we shouldn't stay here. Not too long. Too much of a risk of others coming.
For now,
True.
you should try to pull the wagons around, form walls on either side to create a defensive perimeter, and try to keep everyone safe while we go and try to rescue everybody. If we're not back by... Shoot, I look in the sky. What time
Not
of day
by
does it,
half-past
does it look like it
there.
is?
Right about now, it's, you're getting to about early to mid-ish afternoon.
Okay. If we're not back by sunset, then you might have to take your chances on the road by yourselves. But we'll do our best to be back with everybody by then.
Well, then see to it that you don't keep us waiting until sunset. Make haste, then.
Okay. All right, everybody, move out.
All right.
I have a quick, really important question. Could I look
course.
around and see if Drax's hat was left after he was abducted?
Thank you.
It was, in fact. It fell off his head.
Okay.
And if the ranger hadn't seen it, it would have gone missing.
I
And I would.
pick up the hat and, I take care to put it in my backpack. Just
We would come back and the Leonian would have been wearing it. Look at this cool hat I found.
He sounded Clint Eastwood when Nick started voicing it. That would have been appropriate.
The Leonin tips his hat. So you made it back, but do you feel lucky, punk?
Also, a flint. Oh, amazing.
What happened to your curved swords?
Don't need
a
swords when
gunblade.
you got guns, kid.
Gunblade.
All right. Is there anything that you guys would like to do before you head out? All right, then. So, off you go into the ascending hill just beyond the road. And tracking through dense underbrush, you hasten your step. For you know that the others were taken, the reasons that eludes you here. But you can't just leave them. As you continue ascending up and up, you crest over the first hill, you look back, and it really fully sinks in, seeing it from afar, the desolation from the attack. Gnolls are such simple creatures by far and large. How could they have done this? Let's turn our attention to another person, though. Draxx, your vision begins to clear a bit as you regain consciousness, at least for the moment. You feel yourself kind of moving up and down. You're being carried, and your head bobs a little bit as you begin to look around. You're somewhere in the forests. It looks familiar enough, but it seems as though you're taken pretty far off the beaten path. But you can hear many footsteps around you. And you can feel the body heat of the creature carrying you.
Yeah.
Judging by the bulky frame and the hair upon the arm around you, it's a Gnoll, no doubt. But you see something you're not sure. Larger, familiar. It's like seeing something that you've always known, something that at a moment you can identify, but your mind's so hazy from the explosions. Just as it comes to you, your vision begins to blur again. Going back to the party, at least for the moment. You continue along, so I have a question for all of you. Are you carefully tracking and pursuing, or are you trying to just make haste to catch up? Which approach are you taking?
Rom is charging. Looking just long enough to make sure he's still on track, but he's sprinting really fast for an old man.
All right. Are you guys going to try to keep up with Grom and try to quicken your step?
I'm gonna yell to Grom like, old soldier, Grom. Stop,
Old
running.
man.
Old man. Why are you sprinting? We should be careful. There were so many of them. We should take some caution and approach quietly.
If they hear me coming, that means they can prepare their rights for when I put them back in the ground. I got a score to settle, and they got our friend Jax.
That-
Yes! Oh my god, dude. Yes!
I'll carry you if I need to, but we're getting them back.
That's good.
Zoe, what are you
Alright,
going
now I
to
don't
do?
mean to be-
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I don't mean to be rude or nothing, Grom, but yeah, they can prepare their rights. They can also prepare their weapons. We can still do this, but we can do it smart.
Oh, I think you might be muted, Ray.
God damn it. Fastest way to lose a fight is to charge in without knowing your enemy proper.
There's Gnolls. They ain't smart. Well, these ones are, so I'll give you that. Alright, what's the plan then, big brains?
You make a great point that we don't know what this leader's intentions are or his influence over this group, so I think that we should try to move with haste, but still try to move quietly, so that if we do come across them, we can ambush them.
Yeah, they think they got us with that last attack. We don't want to lose the element of surprise. Sorry, go ahead, Al.
Question. There is out of character there, so it looks like they've kind of cleared a path. You said they're going in single file, so it should be kind of a fairly
It's a reasonably
path or clear a little
treaded path. It's pretty easy to follow, yeah.
okay, and not too noisy because it's like been spread a little bit, the foliage and whatnot.
You guys are able to go through without making too much noise, yeah?
Okay. All right. So how quickly can we go through without making too much noise, and also be listening out to hear for gnoll noises?
Let me see something here. So, I am going to say that if you are attempting to be stealthy, you can be stealthy and maintain some awareness, but you're going to be moving at half speed.
Bram's gonna kind of pull on his chainmails, like, there's not a lot of stealth to be had in this. I say we should move a little faster.
All right. We can split up into noisy folk and quieter folk. Zell, I'm
great
assuming
idea.
you'll be in the, so that we can draw. Not exactly a quiet type myself either, so we
What
can
if
draw their
I'm-
attention away while the sneakier folk can flank them,
That's a great
just
idea.
in case.
What if I move ahead and I scout out and you all follow behind? That way I can alert you if there's any danger ahead, but still, I'm used to moving quietly.
A thing also to point out about Zell, a class feature as you are in your favorite terrain, you can move stealthily at normal pace while maintaining awareness. So if you did go a little further ahead, you could be scouting.
I like that idea.
And in particular, you can be actively tracking and be aware enough that you will remain alert to danger.
Works for me.
That does seem like a sound plan.
Well, if it sounds like we're in agreement, let's be off then. And Zell will. I mean, she's only 3 feet tall, but she starts kind of running quietly in the direction that the Gnolls took Draxx.
I would like everybody to please roll a stealth check for me.
Okay.
I believe Grom, I think because you're in chainmail, let me double check that.
On disadvantage, yep.
I have to roll a disadvantage as well.
Yep, you heavies.
Oh no, Hetty.
Oh,
16.
My lowest was a 10.
my lowest
Oh,
was a
but
6.
there's a 19 right there. Sadness.
Excellent.
Indeed.
I was thinking about doffing my armor, but it would have taken too much time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because you'd be looking at... I know. Well, you can doff it pretty easily, but then putting it back on would take a bit. All right. And what was yours, Hetty?
Oh, wait.
As a one, I was thinking of I'm gonna burn one of my inspos.
Okay.
I thought doffing or donning it took 10 minutes either way.
It depends on what kind of armor it is.
It's just chainmail.
Chainmail, that's heavy armor. Heavy armor usually takes about 10 minutes if I remember correctly, or a minute if I don't remember.
It would have. I'm pretty sure it would have taken too long.
It would have taken a bit of time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the new number I got was 6, so burned an inspo for probably nothing.
All right. So, you continue along. Zell scouting ahead, and the others. It's not so much that you're actively like sneaking; it's that you're just slowing your pace enough to where you're not like clinging the chain in your chainmail too much. But you're not necessarily like slinking through the woods, rather instead focusing more on the kind of situational awareness. What's everybody's passive perception? Actually, wait, I have that, sorry. I'm actually going to be nice and give you guys a slight bonus because of how I flavored this. Excellent. But let's go ahead and turn our attention back to Draxx for a moment. So, Draxx. You awaken sitting down, hands bound behind you. And as you look around, there's several others around you. A few dwarves, looks like a couple of normal common folk, and you're surrounded by gnolls. Some of them the regular size, one looking like a pack leader, larger and more muscular in frame than the others. And they're wearing this long necklace just clad in countless bones.
Gotcha.
But the most alarming sight of all is a fellow Hobkin.
Also in chains?
No, standing and speaking to the others as if in command.
Like that.
What languages does Draxx know?
Draxx knows Common and Goblin.
He seems to speak
Goblin is Hobgen, so.
in a guttural tongue to them for a moment. Gumastali, kolnoti kelak, do kathati. And he turns and he looks down at you for a moment. And as his eyes meet yours, I'll go ahead and re-describe him since you weren't here at the last one.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. But you see a large copper face framed by dark braided hair. The mouth curved into a tusked jowl and a pair of bright yellow eyes. I'll go ahead and also load this up for you. And you recognize him. Ukal. A battle master of considerable renown back in Fomirn. And he stares at you for just a moment. And he walks over. I did not expect to see another of my kind here, let alone the blood of Weatherfist.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us. It's a neat trick you picked up there, O'Call. Being able to speak to gnolls.
When one is set upon a path of war, one must acquire many tools.
You left for Mirn right after the war was ended, after countless pints of blood of Arcan was spilled just to find another war. I guess a fire eater has to eat fire even if he has to make it himself.
I leave not in pursuit of conflict, but to prevent another. To spill some blood today to prevent a wave of it on the morrow.
Ah, yeah. For the common good, I'm sure. That's why you kidnapped some very dangerous people, clearly.
I do what must be done. They possess a weapon, and I would have it returned to its proper owners.
These people?
He looks over, and he walks to the others, gazing over them. And he speaks out in common. An orb, a stone. One of you possesses this, and I will have it. Nervous glances exchanged between the people there. Hushed whispers and the crying of a child. One of the gnolls goes over, and it grabs one of the people and lifts up a spear, and it's shoved back by Ukal. No violence, not unless we need to. They're already tied up. We are not honorless beasts.
What's the stone look like, O'Call? You know, I was a gem cutter. Might be able to help.
He stares for a moment. A precious stone, made from the core of a vein of dark steel. Oh, sorry. Dark light ore. I was crossing over games right there.
No worries. I was just like, dark steel.
Yeah, no.
Not that much.
Dark light ore, made from the heart. So, he steps over and he looks down at you for a moment. You have a feeling of being weighed and measured. You wish to help, then?
I said I might be able to identify the gem, but I would need to know why you would go to such drastic measures for such a stone. Ukal, I actually need to know some information here, Nick. Was Ukal an honored warrior back in his time, or was he a dishonorable discharge from the Legion?
Dishonorable discharge.
Or what? Do I know?
There was a great battle where instead of meeting the enemy head-on, he employed guerrilla tactics because he didn't want too much of his comrades' blood spilled.
What did he do? What did he, jump out from sand dunes and, basically kill them quite gruesomely? Is that why?
Yep. He was commonly known to be a man ruthless in battle, and always kind of towed the line between being an honorable warrior and being somebody just universally reviled. And you, Draxx, know all too well what it's like if you don't fit the mold.
Oh, the line. Call you were honorable, and then you weren't. I'm from an honorable clan, and then things change very quickly. Now, I don't know what you plan on doing here. Now we're in the future. I'm here because I wanted to learn about techniques and more about magical craftsmanship, things that Jin and the clan don't want to explore. Magic is a tool of the enemy. It was an enslavement method of the elves, and that's all there is to it. Well, that seems kind of fucking blind. So I don't know if I can help you. I know if you loosen these bindings and you talk to me like a warrior and not like a prisoner, if I can talk to you like warrior to warrior, then maybe I can help you identify the gem without bloodshed. You know, the bloodshed that almost happened when your gnolls attacked. However more strategic these ones might be.
You see just the slightest twitch in his cheek. Honor is like steel, to be tempered and to be balanced. One must have honor, because without a code, we are no better than animals. But we cannot be bound by it.
That embraces the worst kind of tyranny, to take orders without questioning why every once in a while.
Please roll me a persuasion.
Well, I'm great at those. He
The
talks
DC
big
of
game.
this is going to be considerable. I'm going to set this at 16.
I'm anticipating using the point of inspiration. It's a 9. I use the inspiration.
Oh, there's a D12 that you can apparently add to that.
Wait, what?
You just got a
Oh,
D12
it was,
in chat.
of course it was
Thanks,
sis.
potato.
Thank you, sis. Yay, yay. Okay, so 17.
Blood of Weatherfist. Son of a
Draxx.
powerful and beautiful devastator.
That's one way to call my mom.
She was an incredible tool of war. And that same power flows in your veins.
Not quite as refined, and if you would, call Red Warrior, I'd appreciate if you didn't refer to my mother as a fucking tool. That was what you was, wasn't it?
He kneels
You're a
down
tool
before
of
you.
war?
That's just it. Blood of Weatherfist. Our kind have always been nothing but tools, and that is why the hand that commands us needs to be removed.
Or you just don't follow it. I left. I feel no particular loyalty to the clan other than family, my mother.
And you have not seen it. Not taken in what the walls have. All that they have taken. He gestures to the gnolls from the original denizens of this land.
You mean the people of this continent?
Do you truly think it will not be just like Mirand?
I don't know. I just got here about a few weeks back. Spent some time in Ushana. Learned some damn good crafting methods from the dwarves. They keep to themselves with a good craftsman. Now I've come here to learn what I can from Bellestrade. I don't assume anybody's intentions until I've stood at their forge and worked with their hammer, Ukal. So I don't know what you know.
What I know is the history of our people. The Hobkin brought here from the gloom. Our cousin, the Gobs, from another echo of Aldha. And yet from the day we came here, always answering, chained down by some master. The only change that the turning of ages has brought is that it is a new one that commands us.
And then we went to war. We freed ourselves. And now the clans are still just as warlike with their newfound freedom. I agree. The mindset needs to change. There's nobody chaining us right now. Nothing except our thoughts, our memories, our histories. But if you have an enemy here, if you have someone who you believe is trying to control everything, more than their fair share, whatever you define it as, I'd sure as hell like to know.
The enemy. He gestures to the people there. The Midlanders that took this land from the people that it once belonged to.
The Gnolls.
The Gnolls. The Kobolds. Even our cousins, the Gobkin. They eke out their existence on what little scraps remain. For what? So that their kind can come in and take what they had no rightful claim to. To build great walls, construct cannons, and find means of oppressing the original folk more and more. And they've spoken, they've talked, and they were shunned away. They talked more, they screamed, and the Midlanders only understand but one language, and the language is violence. And he leans down. So I will speak to them in the language that they understand so well, and I will write for them a sonnet that they will never forget. And he pulls out a scimitar. But enough talk. One of you has the stone, and my patience wanes.
Nick, am I bound by rope or by manacles?
Manacles.
Can I possibly, I don't have any stuff on me, I've been filked.
Let me see. I'm going to say...
Have I been filked holding I totally didn't have, but have now?
11 to 12, you have had your stuff taken. And a 1 to 10, you still have everything on you. I rolled a 7, so let's assume that you have some items on you.
Hell yeah. I would like, if possible, to worm my sort of thieves' tools out of my pocket, if that's at all possible.
Roll me...
Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, please.
Yes! Dirty 20.
So you manage to wriggle it out, and you begin working on the manacles. One of the dwarves tries to scooch away, hands bound behind their back. Nukal stops, and a cruel grin spreads across his face. That one. And he goes over and he starts rifling through their pack. And he pulls out a stone, slightly larger than the palm of their hand. Now, Draxx, I don't know if you've seen Dark Light Ore.
Would I have seen it in Ushana? Do the dwarves have it?
We can assume yes.
Do you think I would have seen it? Should I roll something
No,
to have seen
I
it?
think you would have. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Okay.
And you can see that beautiful dark purple almost glow of it, but the way that the light seems to hit it and just stop, as though capturing what sunlight it seems to be exposed to. And you see, just for a moment, a glyph that looks like claw marks upon it.
Evil Palantir. Does it look... So it doesn't look shiny. It's not... It doesn't look like metal. Like any metal I've seen, it actually takes in light, so it looks like almost a void.
A little bit, yes.
It's the dark light stone you were looking for.
It is.
Does it have a name? You know, is it like one of them artifacts? Or is it just a stone?
It does. But that doesn't matter, not for now.
Of course.
Packs it away.
Ukal, when did you get here to this continent? I'll admit, I've only been here a short time. I can't judge if what you say is true or not. I ain't done much reading in the clan, obviously, except for our histories. It's one of the reasons I wanted to come here. How do you know all this? How long you been here?
Long enough.
That is supremely helpful, but alright, so let's assume you know what you're talking about. You your own master? You in charge of these gnolls? Is this your vision?
This large pack leader. They shall Kalavalist. Tuthaniak. The gnoll growls and utters something, and the others kind of go, and they circle around, and they're looking at one another. I am forming alliances to give these disparate folk back their homes.
Out of the goodness of your heart, the honor of your soul, is what you came here to do? If so, call. There isn't any other motive to getting that orb. How will that orb help you?
What is the saying? Two birds with one stone? I help them, and I prevent the next Miran from rising. A fair deal, I'd say.
Are all the Miran Midlanders, are all the Midlander in Sastagaria, are they all the future Miran, or is it one country? One nation, one kingdom? I've heard there's war up near Elstrad in the north. Is a word about it, actually. Are they all the villains?
The fires of war will first erupt in Bellestrade. But you say you're going there to learn their tricks of the trade.
To see what I
You
see.
will no doubt see enough soon.
Looking forward, I guess. Have I managed to pick the locks? How far am I? Oh no, I got them in my hand.
You do, yes.
Can I pick the lock of the manacle?
Oh, I counted that in it. You did.
Oh, I did. So it's been picked this whole time. So I've just been old flavor. I've been buying for time this whole time, I guess. So now that the manacles are free, I have some stuff on me. I obviously don't like the crossbow or the daggers. Probably took that. Do they have the totally innocuous looking stick that totally isn't a firebolt wand in any way, shape, or form? They wouldn't know that.
You do have that.
Okay, that's good to know.
However, as this is happening, I'd like to turn back to the other group for a moment. Zell, you're a little ways ahead, and you find kind of an upward sloping hill, and you manage to see a few shapes. Some gnolls up there on the path that kind of winds upward, and there's what looks like, it's hard to see from your vantage point, but you can see the tops of just a few tents, like a quick makeshift camp. Maybe a staging area was set here. But the presence of the gnolls gives you a strong inclination that you're reaching your destination.
After seeing the gnolls, I'll turn back and, as quickly as I can, jumping through the foliage and avoiding branches, try to meet back with the group so I can warn them what I saw.
They're not terribly far back. You're going ahead maybe a minute or two just to kind of keep them out of, I'd say, sight, but out of sound, truly. But you catch up to them very quickly, or rather, fall back to them. My apologies.
Well, we're close. We need to sneak now. She's looking at Grom especially. We need to try to be quiet. We're very close.
What? I'm trying here.
You found where they're operating out of?
There's a small hill just ahead, and I can see tents. They're definitely just ahead.
Did you get any idea where they might be holding the hostages?
I didn't get a very good look due to there was kind of a hill that stopped me from seeing very far. So I'm not sure exactly what their numbers are or what the state of the hostages. But we should hurry.
We need to get closer. We need to get a lay of their little base that they're operating out of. See if we can find out where the hostages are. That way when the fighting starts, if the fighting starts, we can avoid any unnecessary casualties.
Maybe we can draw a few away at a time. Split up their numbers, so that we have a higher chance of doing what we need to do.
Maybe we could cause an accident.
Distraction.
All good ideas.
Absolutely. All right, let's find out what their base of operations look like and see what we're working with.
Okay. And so,
I will need one more set of stealth checks from each of you.
gotcha. Come on.
That's not good. All right, not bad.
Please.
14.
Oh,
Oh man.
I think I'm gonna burn my inspiration and roll again.
Yeah, me too. The ranger did not sneak very well.
yeah, I'm gonna burn my inspo as well. Oh, it's slightly better.
It's better. 15.
I'll take a 10.
Give me just a second. My apologies.
Oh goodness, excuse me.
Okay, so we're looking at some 10, 15... And what were the others?
I was 14.
All right. So, tell me exactly how you guys are scouting this place out.
Probably come up the hill, but go onto the side of the path, kind of keeping towards the bushes. Trying to find a good vantage point where I can try to spot each and every one of the tents in the base.
So it does,
Not necess-
as you approach, it's kind of a rocky hill that goes up to another level and then rocky again. So it's a little difficult to see, but from where you are, you can see that the earth kind of comes up a little bit and further, and the camp seems to be at the highest point.
Got a map for that one?
I do, and I'll be loading it when the moment is right.
All right.
I'm determining exactly where your starting points are going to be when we get into movement by movement stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I think Grom is gonna drop real low to the ground and kind of shuffle amongst the denser part of the foliage to try and get a look around. And he's mostly going to look.
I think I'll go ahead and load it about now.
He's gonna watch the way the gnolls are moving about and potentially anything that could serve as a distraction.
Okay. So, based upon what you guys were saying, I kind of put you off the main road. You can kind of see down here where things were, kind of the clearer path. So I put you off the beaten path a little bit. So as you're going across, you happen to come right up this way as this gnoll is up there, as it rolled a 17 on its perception check. And with a surprised shout, Karisahan! It shouts out, and you can hear several of the others respond all at once. In that moment, Draxx, you have just stood up. You've got your manacles freed, and several of the gnolls look up in response to that. I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative now.
Okay. Well, here we go.
Cowabunga.
All right. I got a 14.
Well,
Oh, wait. Oh, give me just a second. I need to delete the initiative from the last one.
There we go.
All right, give me just a moment here, everybody. Whew, boy. I just love running big combat encounters for you guys, man. I'm like, fuck. Apparently, I'm just like a masochist, man.
Yeah. God, I hate running on more than 2 maps. What if it was 4? Twice as many monsters.
Okay. So, going on down the line. Draxx, your initiative?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was not good. It was a 9. I guess I wasn't expecting to stand up that quick. I was like, oh shit, they're already here.
got a little dizzy when you stood up.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me just a couple seconds here.
But I'm wondering if I should burn
Oh,
my
god
inspiration
damn.
on this initiative. It feels like a waste.
Did you get mine?
Give me just a second, going right on down the list here to get these guys entered.
Gotcha.
Alright, Grom, your initiative.
It was 12.
12, Zell.
15.
Flynn.
14.
Hetty.
9.
9, okay. So, Ukal is going to look up, and he's going to move down this way. You've technically already undone your manacles. If you would like to take an attack of opportunity, you technically can at this time, Draxx.
Thank you. I very much would like to.
Excellent.
So, quick question. Did they frisk me for my stuff, or did they just tie me up?
You were just bound. They hadn't yet frisked you of
Just bound.
everything.
Okay, fantastic. I still got all my shit. He's gonna unsheath one of the curved desert daggers on his back, and he's gonna slash him. Is he still holding the object, or did he shove it away? The stone.
He's tucked it away.
He's tucked it away. Okay. No, he'll try to hit out at his at the arm that was holding the orb, assuming it's his dominant.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 15.
15 does not succeed.
Yeah, I didn't think so. was a very offhanded one.
So, and how were you attacking?
He's got two daggers around like his that are sort of more or less slung in his back. That's kind of hidden by his backpack. So he's gonna he took one of them out and tried to wildly catch his arm as he walked away, hoping he would either drop the orb or at least be slightly crippled when he would go to fight him.
So you dagger at the arm, and it just barely whiffs away from him. And as he steps back and he goes to approach the other gnolls, guns it in. Du gun. The others turn and look, and he turns back to you, Draxx, and he says, "A bold move, Blood of Weatherfist." And he pulls out his scimitar at you. Let's see just how strong the bloodline is within you.
We're gonna fight the old way. Your gnolls aren't gonna get involved in this.
Lost! Shouts, and the gnolls seem to... And they turn away in the direction where the shouting was, as everybody at the table's like, fuck!
Yay!
Okay, a 14 does not succeed. A 25, however, will. He's going to, with two quick slashes, he kind of does a couple of feints to kind of test, and you're quick enough to kind of get away. And then the third one, he catches you upside the head with the side of the blade. Whack! Dealing 12 non-lethal damage.
Bludgeoning damage? Interesting.
Yep.
Question, Nick. Does he have 3 attacks, or did you roll the 14 twice?
That was 3 attacks, yes.
Oh, delightful. That's good to know. All right. Did Draxx get fully healed by the world card, or no? Because that's very important right now.
As a matter of fact, you did. So, in that moment where you had stood up and you took that first swing, knowing that you're going against a renowned battle master, summoning that courage that hopelessly outnumbered here, and not knowing what is happening far off to the right, that courage bolsters within you this just intensity burning up, and this fighting spirit grants you a second wind.
So, as if the benefits of a long rest?
Yep, absolutely.
Does that delete the temp HP I had from before?
No. You're
Thank God.
you're just back to full.
Fantastic. So he's dizzy as he stands up, and then immediate flip to the other side. Got it.
Zell, it is your turn. There are a bunch of gnolls, and they have just seen you guys.
So where we're standing right now, do we have line of sight to them? Because we're kind of at this
Nope.
hilly cliff. Okay. In that case, this is what I would like to do. I would like to dash as far as I can, trying to stay hidden if possible. Trying to find a spot where they can't see me for now, if that's what I would like to do.
Yeah, if you can move to another location, you can try to re-stealth from another location. At present, they've seen you guys through all the bushes moving and stuff, so they kind of know where you're at. You could always relocate and stealth again as your action.
If I dash, I won't be able to do that though because it's an action.
Yep, correct.
I see.
So you could move your regular 30 feet and attempt to stealth, or you can dash to cover more distance, whichever you would prefer.
In that case, I will try to climb up the ridge and take cover behind this area, the statue or this bush or whatever it is.
Can you roll me in athletics, please?
Absolutely. It's a 14.
14. I'm going to count 5 feet if that is difficult terrain for you, just because it's hard to kind of get enough momentum at first, but you're able to clear the latter half of it at regular movement speed. And you would like to roll to do a stealth there, you said?
I will. Yes.
Excellent. Please go ahead and roll stealth.
10.
10. Okay. All right. Is there any additional movement you would like to make, or is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Excellent. This one. Flynn, it is your turn. You hear a bunch of growling excitement from the gnolls. You're pretty sure that you guys must have been seen.
I was hoping we wouldn't lose the element of surprise. Well. Let's evaluate my options here. Is this wall right here, is this like a high wall? These right here?
Those are pretty reasonably high. You know, the statue's a solid like 15 feet. Those walls are, you know, a good like 7 or 8 feet high, easily enough to give you cover.
Okay.
And each section of this like cliffy part is going to be about 10 to 12 feet high as well.
So if I moved like here, would that be on top of the wall then, or pressed against it?
Pressed against it.
Okay. So then I guess I will try to climb that wall and get over there.
Is that all the movement you want to take? So I'm going to count the wall as difficult terrain unless you do an athletics check. But if that's all you're going to do, then it's a non-issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna... That's all the movement I'll make. And, would I actually have to move, like, here or here to be able to shoot this gnoll right here?
You would, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I will stay where I am, but I will ready an attack if one of the gnolls steps around that corner.
Excellent. This one, I'm not going to go based on passive. I'm going to make this do an active perception. That is a natural 20. So walking through, it just looks down and with a start immediately sees Zell and is going to take a swing at you. But as you're kind of obscured by some of the bushes, it takes a jab at you and you press up against the statue and the spear harmlessly whiffs by you. Grom, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
He's gonna kind of look up the wall and go, "Hetty, you think you could throw me up there?"
How big is Grom?
Kind of average.
Old man
height.
sized.
And you're wearing chainmail and you're carrying gear. The likelihood of this happening, like, you can try.
Yeah, she's strong. She ain't that strong. I can definitely give you a help up, and I'll follow right behind you, but I cannot throw you up there.
Ah, fine. Figured my wife could do it, but it is what it is. Grom's just gonna go ahead and climb up the wall.
All right, that'll be difficult terrain, so that 10 feet will take 20 feet of your movement.
Alrighty. Then you make an athletics check, though.
If you'd like to make athletics, we'll see if you can make it up there without it being difficult terrain.
I have a little bit of confidence in my athleticism. That's a natural one. I had to open my big mouth.
I love that. I have a
That's
little
an
bit of
avalanche.
confidence in my athleticism.
Is that your final answer?
Inspiration?
Don't have any more.
All right.
Unless
Well,
someone in the
you
audience
start
can
climbing
do
up,
that.
and then with each step, you're you can feel your heart pumping, ready for the battle. Oh boy, it's really pumping. Your breath just gets heavier and heavier with each step. Oh, this was so much easier
Hi.
in your 20s. Oh, with one more just raspy breath,
man.
you let go and you fall down.
You son of a bitch.
You take
Hi.
This is so much easier.
1 point of damage and you are knocked prone.
Hi, both of you.
Yeah, all that. Just what a crock of shit.
Made me such a stew. I need energy.
Hi.
All right. Sometimes you got to roll a hard 6, man. Unfortunately, that will be all of your movement. There is an action that you can take if you would like to from the ground.
Hmm.
You could dash and try again.
Technically, you could dash, but half your movement will be getting up.
You know what? Grum's not a quitter. He's too old to give up.
Stubborn old man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right. Do you want to try the athletics to climb it, or do you just want to eat the difficult terrain?
Um,
I
What are
mean,
the chances
he's
of
not a
2 nat
quitter.
ones?
What are the chances of 2 nat ones?
No, don't say that.
dangerously high, so that's why we're rolling again anyway.
Hell,
To get a
oh yeah.
a 23.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So
Why
that will
does
not
Ray
be
once
difficult
say
terrain,
there's
so
no
you can
way
move
I'm
15
rolling
feet.
at once?
Sweet. Gonna kind of size up right next to Flynn here.
All right, please move your token. All right.
Hop up there and just kind of just. Climbing's a shite show.
Awesome, awesome, excellent.
Grom didn't hear no bell. That's good.
I did take a nasty tumble the first time, but I'm glad you got up here. At least, the
Grom-
second time's the charm.
As soon as you get up there, this one falls back and
Just in time.
just looses an arrow that catches him right as you finish speaking for 6 damage.
Let's go.
Finally made it up.
Another one aims, and this time it shoots, and as you had just gotten hit, you double over for a second, the other one goes right over where your head was. And with that, that brings us to Hetty. It is your turn.
All right. I've been trying to remind myself what my movement is. It's 30 feet walking, 60 feet running, or
30 feet walking, 60 feet if you dash with your.
Yep, you have to dash. You use your action to dash. Now,
Gotcha.
what we've been doing for people going up this, so because the cliff here, well, the hill is really steep, it's classified as what you call difficult terrain. Every 5 feet of movement costs 10 feet. But if people roll athletics and they roll high enough, you just get to go up it normally. But as you've seen with Grom, if you eat shit and roll a nat 1, you fall back down.
I think I'm gonna go up the conventional. I'm gonna use my dash action to just go up the pathway here. I think.
Excellent. So you're going to dash for 60. Excellent.
Yeah.
I like it. We're kind of spreading out, little kind of diversify, so we're not all clustered. That's smart. Love it.
Okay, I'm trying to pick up my token.
You'll want to make sure that you're on the select tool.
Yes, I am. Let me try something quick. Oop. Maybe if I move it off. There we go. Shit. Separating me. Let me take my measurement again really quick. Okay. That's me. About right there, and that's my turn.
Perfect. All right. So Hetty, seeing that there's a lot of them kind of clustering up, you decide to kind of go off to the side and maybe get the jump on some of the ones on the path there.
Mm-hmm.
Draxx. You just got whap slapped up that side of the head with the scimitar. Nukal's looking at you, and there is no amusement in his eyes. It's your turn. What are you going to do?
Yeah, because my head didn't already hurt enough. All right. This is just a bad situation. So I'm already down to 7 HP because that was including the temp HP with the 12 he hit me. And he gets 3 of those. So no matter what I do, if I stay here, as much as I'd like to duke it out with him, I am not dead, thankfully. He's doing non-lethal conscious. But God, I don't know what he would do in this. I need to know something. Because Draxx knows some of was when he was awarded. Was he a devastator? Was he famous?
Oh, he was famous for for fighting up close.
For fighting up close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For doing exactly what he's doing right now to you.
Yeah. They used to call him Ukal the Ass Terror.
But his fighting styles, from what I can see, and you tell me if I wanna know. Draxx would know if his fighting style was heavenly.
You're cutting out really bad for me. I'm sorry.
Oh really? Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me try something.
Oh, shit.
Better now?
Seems to be.
Okay, let's hope it stays that way. Is it good?
Yep. So far, so good.
Okay. So I want to know if his fighting style look.
Cut out again on me.
1
Sorry.
second. 1 second. I know what this is. It's bloody Discord. All right. Better now?
Seems to be.
Okay. Let's hope it stays that way. So I want to know if Draxx knows if his fighting style, either from history or from just right.
It keeps cutting out at the exact same part. So are you asking if it's more strength or speed based?
Yeah, I want to know if
Okay.
he knows either one. Discord.
Because like 3 times in a row, you're like, he wants to know if it's, and I'm like, okay. So it is definitely more strength based.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna. Okay, move the mic a little bit lower. Hopefully that will prevent whatever is happening. Anyway, in that case, sure. Let's give it the old college try. Why not?
All right.
Yeah, let's do it. There's rocks around, right, Nick? And boxes.
There are, yes.
Okay. I want to choose one that looks approximately 1 to 5 pounds, because of course I'd be able to determine that within like 60 feet of Draxx.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like for Draxx to pull out another small little crystal and slot it in to the wand focus. It has the like pistol-like handle, and I wanted him to take out the current firebolt crystal and shove in a slightly larger and slightly more bright white crystal that he uses for catapult the spell. And I'd like for him to point at that rock, and it'll start probably vibrating and hovering with a small light aura around it. And if you'll allow a whip to form from a white line of energy to form from the rock to the wand to make it look like a whip, I'd love that. But if
Hell
that's
yes,
not,
that sounds good to me.
fantastic. A full magic whip wraps around it, and he yeets it at Ukla with as much force as possible.
I believe that's a dex saving throw from him, correct?
That is, yes.
12.
You failed.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
All right.
That was good. That is 16 points of bludgeoning damage as the rock slams into his face with intent to conk.
16, you said?
Yes.
Excellent. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's your action. Is there any bonus action or movement that you would like to take?
I take movement. He'll hit me with an attack of opportunity. Attack, but it will quite possibly down me. So no, if he's gonna down me, I'm gonna do it still standing in front of him, being able to look somewhat. Oh, actually, maybe with a bonus action, I can. Can I see any of the friends approaching, or no? The rest of the.
Not yet, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Okay, never mind. And that is in fact.
All right. So as it hits him in the head. Not bad, Blood of Weatherfist. These guys
My
are...
name is Draxx. You got that? Draxx. Say it with me. Blood of whatever the fuck. I don't care. And neither should you. If you claim to be building something better.
Get him.
There they go. Who's the big guy, by the way? Sorry, that giant... Is that the King Gnoll?
That is the pack leader.
Oh, lovely. Is he large?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Gnoll.
Don't like that.
Yeah, we've already had run-ins with 2 of them.
Yeah.
Thank
20.
you, Devin.
Does 10 damage bring you down, Drax?
Yeah. I was at 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crack! One more time across the head. Everything starts to grow blurry, and as you fall down, your vision begins to cloud. And he kneels down, and you can see his face looking at you. But as everything grows darker, he becomes more of a silhouette. I will call you by your first name when you've proven that you deserve to be Blood of Weatherfist.
Can I spit at him as I go unconscious? Is that a thing that I can do?
You
'Cause
can.
I didn't take a bonus action.
You can do that.
He does. Fuck you.
Oh no.
You won. You gotta be true to your character, guys, even if it gets.
Unfortunately, that
yeah.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna 1 to 10 or 11 to 20. I'm gonna decide how he responds to that.
Both end in death. Don't worry.
Let me see something real quick. Okay.
Nothing scares me more than when Nick says something like that.
I got my first day of college tomorrow in 4 years. Ain't nothing scaring me tonight. No offense to Nick. What'd you roll?
I think Nick's
Well-
trying to figure out how he wants to do this where it's not going to outright kill you.
No, that's
No, do it, Nick.
He's.
Do it.
Woo! That was
Do it.
man.
Do what you feel.
That
I did what I felt right for that character. You do it for yours.
Does not want to.
yeah, man. He's real pissed about that.
Obviously. What, the Hobkin is pissed about the other Hobkin spitting in his face after he died? That was a big surprise.
So
I would have guessed it.
he. I had hoped you'd see reason.
Is he am I unconscious? Is
You
Drax
are.
gone by this point? Oh yeah. Okay.
No, let's say that you can hear his voice.
Oh okay.
You don't know the horrors of Mirand. I tried to show you reason, and you spit in the face of one who would lead you. And there's a sharp pain that you feel right as you're going unconscious as a blade sinks down into your solar plexus and twists. He has just performed a coup de grace. If somebody is unconscious, he automatically crits. You have failed 2 death saves.
Isn't that anybody within 5 feet you automatically crit it?
Yeah, if the target's unconscious, they get to... And he stands up, and he gives a resigned sigh. Kulisahau! Kamasta Kelak Duhan! And he turns and begins walking away. The Gnoll looks over. Koduchana! Hanya loko malishka! Zell, something was shouted and some of the gnolls are pulling back. It is your turn. What are you going to do?
Were we able to see what just happened to Draxx?
You cannot, no.
Not in so many hills in the way, sadly.
In that case, I'll pull my 2 short swords out and attack the gnoll in front of me.
Excellent, please roll to attack.
It's a dumb question, Nick. How do you track death saves in D&D Beyond?
I want to say there's a spot near the top, if I recall.
I think once you set your HP to 0, it changes your
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's convenient. Appreciate it.
First attack to hit is 12. Second, 25.
Okay, 12 against the Gnoll. Is that your final answer? Do you have any numbered inspiration die?
I do not.
The first attack misses, but the... So you're attacking with your 2 short swords, you said?
Correct.
Excellent. The second attack does connect. Please roll for damage.
Okay, since it's the second sword, it does not have the bonus, so 3 damage.
3 damage, okay. Alright, the first swing, the Gnoll just kind of like bats away with the spirit, but it creates an opening and you're able to slash through with the offhand and it gives a bit of a yelp in pain, and but it still has a lot of fight left. Is there any movement that you would like to take?
For the dying body.
On my turn.
Excellent.
Katie wants Draxx to have one final tarot
For the
draw.
dying boy. Thank you, Kate. Katie, I appreciate it.
Flynn, it is your turn.
Okay. Flynn's gonna peek around the corner real quick and see these 3 gnolls. I don't think he can see this one behind the bush, unless it's a tree, I guess.
Left, center, right, Katie? Please continue, my apologies.
And then he's gonna look over at the other one, coming down on Zell. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and move myself here. And we are going to take a swing with my Warhammer.
Alright, please roll to attack.
Shoot. Okay. It was a 10.
Unfortunately, that misses, unless you have any inspiration you'd like to use. Also, so, Katie, I will give you a chance to change it. You drew the chariot, which would grant haste to Draxx for 1 minute. If you'd like to change the target, you can, as that would not help him.
Wait, so haste would... Oh, yeah, no, I guess not.
Yeah. It would amount to fuck all for you.
His body just spasms wildly because he's hyper in death throes.
Let me see here.
Thanks for trying, Katie.
Thank you, Ribbon.
Okay, we could also, well, because yeah, we could also give that to Flynn or Grom.
Thank you, Ribbons.
No problem, I got you.
So next in turn order.
Okay, so that'll go to Grom then. Okay,
Okay.
so that was a 10 to hit.
Then yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I know it doesn't. It doesn't connect. Then fuck.
Woof.
Ah, hell. Go big or go home. Gonna action surge.
Didn't you use
Yes.
that? Oh no, that's right. I gave you the world. God damn it, you're right. Please
And
roll it
take
again.
another swing at him.
Yeah, get him. Kick his ass.
This time I'm hitting for 24, and I'm going to
Succeeds.
use my battle maneuver trip attack as well.
Yeah. All right.
D6 to whatever the damage is.
Hell yeah.
Seven plus. Okay, I did 12 damage to it.
How much was your regular attack by itself?
The regular attack was 7.
I'm gonna spare you that combat maneuver.
Oh. Okay.
Tell us what happens.
So Flynn comes along and he swings this warhammer down, but he's a bit short as the Gnoll like kind of pulls back and his hammer slams into the ground. But then he yells, "Action surge!" And as the Gnoll leans forward to kind of mock him, he pulls it up with all he has and just comes right underneath the chin and causes the Gnoll to like kind of upend, flip backwards a little bit and like land back on its head.
Hell
Breaking
yeah.
its neck on the ground.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Is there any movement that you'd like to do?
Yeah. Let's see here. Would I be able to move along, like here without falling off the cliff?
I'll
Like on the
I'll
other
let you
side of
take
this
that
wall?
whole 30 if you roll an acrobatics for me.
Sure, acrobatics. Take that shot. Okay, that's a 17.
You make it.
Okay, then I will move the other, let's see, 5, 10, 15.
I am messaging one
Okay.
player privately in Discord.
Okay. Move to about here, and then spend my other 10 feet, moving to about there. Okay. And this is where I'll end my turn.
Grom, it is your turn. Looks like you guys are surrounded, but for you, it's just a target-rich environment.
Also, I guess he has haste now because of the tarot.
Yes, so Grom, keep in mind that haste, let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah, like
So for
Double
1
your
minute,
movement
which will be
speed.
10 rounds of combat, as my internet dies here. Okay, so you're going to get +2 AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws. You gain an additional action on your turn. So you can basically get 2 attacks now. Or you can, to take the attack, 1 attack only, dash, disengage, hide. So you could technically run up, attack, and disengage if you wanted to. Or you could fucking run up, attack, and then dash. You could dash twice. Like, you've got...
Disengage is a bonus action. It allows you to do that. Does it give you a speed boost, or no? It just gives you an extra action.
just an extra action, as it looks like.
Okay.
Alright. First, I want to see who's still hostile. Like, clearly the big guy shouted something, and some of them are pulling away, but I want to know if they're all making wave to leave, or if we're still in a fight.
I'm gonna say that you're experienced enough in a fight to know that, like, it looks like the ones right here immediately are staying, perhaps just to cover an escape. But the ones up top, and it looks like along the kind of center of the path, do seem to be pulling back.
Okay.
Also, Nick,
Mhm.
just a real quick question. The other tarot card that Joe pulled early on that was aimed at Stoic, that hasn't activated yet at all?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real curious why some of them left, and he doesn't feel good about it considering they're here for Draxx.
But I just need... I'll find a good time for it, but I just have to share the 3 that were in that one. This is the most the first draw tonight was the most cursed I'd ever seen. The Devil, Death, and the Tower.
Damn.
That's awful.
Well, all right then.
I'm gonna give you guys one guess what got drawn.
Death.
The tower.
Tower.
Yeah, cool. Well, the fastest way up the hill is through the enemies, so I think Grom will run right up to this guy, and he's... Let me use my bonus action first to expend a spell slot for Wrathful Smite.
Nice.
And then I'm going to take a swing on him. With
All right.
my longsword.
Please roll that attack.
17.
That succeeds. Please roll for damage.
Then 10.
All right. Tell us what happens.
As he just runs up to this gnoll, he can feel his blood racing, the pain in his side from the arrow.
Hey, no, do not bully. Sorry.
And he just brings his sword back and you can feel it. Something almost hateful just flowing from his chest into his arm as he brings down the sword and just one clean cut from top of his head, top of the gnoll's head to his feet. Just whoops. Kicking up like a bit of dirt as his sword just hits the ground.
Yeah, kick ass. Awesome. Is there any movement that you'd like to take?
Let's see. How far back was I again? Here to here. I would like to use my other action to try and dash past these guys.
Excellent.
I don't know, would that cause an attack of opportunity?
No, if you go right down the middle, let me go ahead and I'll ruler this. If you were to go like this, you could get right between them without provoking any attacks.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. And I believe that's your turn.
That it is.
All right. My apologies. I got to be right back real quick. Sorry. One moment, everybody.
No worries.
I think I'll go grab another water real quick.
I do the same, actually.
Oh, I actually forgot I had a little gator juice over here.
Dude, spooky. Yeah, this is a real rough battle. But I guess it's like maybe less than half of them are pulling back, unless they're
Mhm.
going to do something else.
Oh,
All right, thank you for waiting.
Yeah.
All right. So that next brings us to this one who's going to... They're going to start falling back, but... A 16, I believe, does not succeed against Grom. So one... And this one also kind of takes a shot. And just a couple of arrows just harmlessly glance off of your armor, fly past you as you're just running ahead so quickly, hastened by the magic. And the gnolls kind of take a couple quick shots as they fall back. Brings us to Hetty. It is your turn.
let's see. I probably can't see them where I'm at.
Nope, it's a little bit of a
Alright.
hill going up there, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Ready. And you said the tough terrain it halves our speed?
Correct, unless you'd like to attempt an athletics to just see if you can charge right up it.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna try to do a little parkour up this wall.
Shouldn't wind up worse than I did.
All right. I think that'll put me. So that's 45 feet. All right. So you said athletics, or is that acrobatics?
That'll be athletics.
Okay. All right. So I got a 17 total.
You make it up. Perfect. Awesome.
All right. Let me not really quick. All right. So that puts me about right there.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. And he's not close enough to attack, but I'm pretty sure that is my entire movement.
Yep, that'll be movement and
Or
action.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Nah, man, this one's gonna go for it. This one's going for Grom. And does not succeed. It goes, and just with this superhuman speed, you just like run up, and as you're preparing to continue going, you like adjust your footing, and the spear just harmlessly goes by you. Draxx. Do you have physical dice on you?
Yes, I do. Why? Nick, why?
Because. Do you have a cup or anything to cover it?
I can acquire one. 1 second.
Excellent.
Should I be worried? Or is this part of the tarot, or
No,
what's,
No.
What's this?
we're going to play a little game.
We are going to play a
Okay,
little
lovely.
game.
The secret.
Give me one moment, and I'll go and get a cup. All right.
I've seen this game in a different form.
It's not a nice
Seem to
game.
I seem to remember Schmidt sweating fucking bullets over it. Kind of a different line that time, though.
Oh, boy.
This would be the place for a goddamn miraculous nat 20.
I want to get on this tarot nonsense. Oh, never mind.
Normally I would say yes, but not this time. Just because of the nature of the game that we're about to play.
Can't help but imagine Marlon trying to find the fanciest cup to infuse the dice with the most amount of luck.
No, you know what? If he has an inspo, I will allow it. All right. You are not the only one that's scared, friends. I don't relish the fact that I started this campaign and I might kill somebody in the third fucking session.
Sadly, it appears
yeah.
I have neither dice nor cup. No idea where they went.
Well then, in this case, oh my god, I'm gonna do it then.
Oh boy.
Nick, a good one, Nick. I know that you've got a bag of like 100 or so.
So here's what I'm gonna do for you first, son. I'm going to take all of my D20 and I'm going to do a couple test rolls to see who's being the nicest.
How comforting.
Okay. So far I like you. You're doing okay. Another round for you guys. You're doing good. You're doing good. No! No, fuck you! Okay, still doing pretty good there.
Hello, Baku. It's been a while, man. How's it going?
Okay.
Howdy, Baku.
Yeah.
Gonna have beef with the potato.
good to see
Well,
you.
Marlon, do you have any advantage? If
How
any,
so? You mean?
if- or any inspiration. Sorry.
Actually, I think Potet and...
I have a D10, but that can't be used.
Nope.
I have a
I think-
full inspiration. No, I still have a full inspiration. I decided not.
Full team inspo courtesy of Katie, so you definitely have one. I would highly suggest you use it on this roll.
Wait. Make you roll advantage there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So here's how we're
Sure,
going to do
I'm-
this. I have no idea what was just rolled.
Thank you, Katie.
So, as you are there, Draxx, everything growing dark, the sounds growing more distant, and your body growing cold. What are the thoughts that you think? What do you feel in these moments that pass? Knowing that you are on the knife's edge of life and death.
Probably sad. It's a little. Probably is like a little ticked for a moment. You know, like spiritually, I suppose, like beats himself. Like, damn, just selling that amp. Done something else. He was a little regret not being able to see Balustra and thinking this is, man, I get that. And then a small kind of like grim satisfaction of I don't regret. Spin in his eye though. It was good. It was a good point to leave off on. Yeah.
I don't know how this roll will go. This will be life or death for Draxx.
Part of the coins.
But we will find out the result of that shortly. Resolving the gnolls, the other ones continue retreating. Except for the ones up here.
For context, Bioku, the character I'm playing, Draxx, spit in the eye of an old associate of his Hobkin clan's eye. Did regret it, but still died or unconscious as a result. And now we're seeing how that plays out.
You call withdrawals from the map. Zell, it's your turn. You can hear the sounds of the gnolls running away, the growling becoming more faint. They're withdrawing? You're not sure why. However, there does appear to still be some kind of a clamor just a further ways up ahead. Grom appears to be engaged with 3 of them, and they're all stabbing and slashing with their weapons and trying to bite. And he is just beating them all off with this long sword and honestly making it look a little easy.
I'll try to help Grom. I'll take my longbow out and I'll fire at the one here.
Damn, every session just proves that Grom is more and more of a fucking superhero.
Right? 15 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage, please.
7 damage.
And that was on this one right here?
The one on top. This guy.
This guy. Okay, excellent. 7. All right. It is bloodied. As you take him and loose this arrow, and it goes to stab at Grom again, and you catch it in the side, and it yelps out in pain, blood oozing from the wound. It looks pretty injured.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of a move right here, and then I'll end my turn.
Excellent. Flynn, it is your turn. You can hear the sound of some of the gnolls withdrawing, but there are still some here to engage. What are you going to do?
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and actually... Is the wall thick enough that I would be able to stand on top of it?
Hell yes, you can.
Okay. Then Flynn's gonna move here.
I'll count that 5 feet of
feet
movement to
forward.
just kind of climb up there real quick.
Okay. So I've used 10 to get up here. Gotcha. And he's gonna... Guess at this height, if bush or tree, this would be in my way, and I wouldn't be able to see the ones harassing Grom right away. But
Yeah,
I
it
would
might be
able
difficult.
to see this guy. And I guess I will... Guess I'll loose a crossbow bolt at that one I just highlighted.
Excellent. Please roll to attack.
Okay. That is 23.
Roll for damage. Excellent.
5.
All right, excellent. Very good. All right, you catch it as it's aiming another one. You kind of catch it in the arm, and it tries to pull the arrow up, and it yelps a bit, and it can't. So it kind of switches its kind of hand placement a little bit to weakly draw, and it turns to try to fire at you. That is movement, action. Is there a bonus action that you would like to take?
I'm still gonna... I guess from here, I'm going to hop off the wall 5 feet, and then move another 10
All right.
over here. And that'll end my turn.
Grom, you are in the most target-rich environment ever.
Brings him back to his good old days. Grom So I still have haste, so I still have those 2 actions.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm going to roll to hit this guy and then this guy.
Excellent. Please roll to attack.
First one, 30, 20,
Succeeds.
and a 9 on the second guy.
The 9, unfortunately, is that your final answer?
I do have an inspo. Let's see, D12.
Yeah, don't forget about those D12s and stuff. That can really make or break you.
So plus a 6.
Succeeds. Please roll for
Great.
damage on both.
So 10 for the first guy,
Boom.
5 for the next one, but I also get the additional D6 from my Wrathful Smite.
Excellent.
So 10 on the second one.
Tell us what happens to the 2 of them.
Brom, who is going to scramble up to the wall to try and get further up, sees the 3 gunning towards him, and he just whips around, more hate filling his face as he brings his sword up and just cuts up through the shoulder, across the neck of the first guy who had been bloodied, and then brings it down in a big arc and cuts from shoulder to hip on the second guy.
Nice.
And this just explosion from the magic when you channel that smite just blasts out, the cry of the Gnoll deafened by the blast. Is there
Go
any
look towards
movement you'd like to
okay.
make?
And there's this guy. Attack of opportunity on me. I'd rather not dance, so I think I'll just sit there. I'm gonna look at him and just be like, "You're next."
All right.
Flynn, catching sight of that, thinks back to how Grom ran off by himself to fight at the back of the caravan, and he's just like, damn, that's how he did it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. This guy's gonna... $18 at Flynn. I believe succeeds.
That hits, yeah.
Just grazes your shoulder for 2 damage as it's kind of like limping away a bit, the arrow sticking out of its arm, but it just quickly looses an arrow and continues trying to run. This one is going to fall back, and it's going to fire an arrow over at Hetty, but it just harmlessly flies over your head, more of a warning shot, you might think. Hetty, it is your turn.
Okay. Can I see Draxx from where I'm at?
Because he's prone
Doesn't
and there's
look-
that incline of the hill, and from this exact vantage point, no. But if you move forward just a
Okay.
little bit, you'd be able to.
Okay. From the great urge that lingers in my mind, and I know something happened up this hill, as I've been informed, I'm going to go ahead and run up. I'm going to try to avoid attacks for now. Oh, can I? Am I broadcasting my? Yes. Okay. So I guess that's about the line where I want to go. I think I'm going to run
Excellent.
because I see the camp here. So as I'm running, do I see Draxx?
You do.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and end my turn on that spot that I've ended my ruler on. And that is everything. I had to dash and use my bonus action, so I'm done.
Draxx, you use your point of advantage. What is your Constitution mod?
Say again?
What is your con mod?
Oh, my con mod is my saving throw, or no, my flat?
Saving throw.
Saving throw constant, because I'm proficient, is +3 to saving throw.
At the end of last turn, you had 0 successful death saving throws, and you had 2 failed saving throws.
That's correct.
As a reminder for the rules of D&D, any roll that totals under a 10 is a failure, which would result in Draxx being dead.
Mine permanently.
Forever.
Well, not if there was a resurrection much, much later, but that seems unlikely.
You said that was a +3?
Yes.
Then that brings the total of the roll to 18. You've succeeded 1 death saving throw.
That's good. Did you roll the saving throw?
I did.
Because of the card or something?
Because I want to keep it hidden. I'm building tension. Because you said you couldn't find a cup.
Gotcha. Okay. You didn't want me to roll digitally?
Nope, we're keeping it a secret. They don't know if you're dead or not.
Ah, I see. Gotcha.
Draxx, it is once again your turn. You continue to hang on. I do not see what is in here. Somehow you're still here. What thoughts linger in your mind? What might be keeping you going? You felt that regret, but there has to be something keeping you, wanting you to get back up.
He's thinking to himself that, seeing how big that gunpowder explosion was and how instant, maybe it's a good idea to understand how that works, not build more things that can blow. And he's thinking to himself, if I get back up, I can make something better. I can build something that protects and doesn't necessarily, unlike big Mr. McTusk face over here. So that's not a comment on Hetty's. They're very nice. When it comes to what's holding him on, I'd say that he feels like, the path ended a little too soon, and he doesn't. This guy, this hypocrite who calls himself a warrior with honor. So he wants to get up, if only to spit in his eye one more time.
All right. We'll resolve that roll in a little bit. These gnolls continue to withdraw. This one, terrified, uses a disengage to get away from Grom. Zell, it looks like all of them are fleeing now. It's your turn. What are you going to do? Flynn, you're on deck.
Okay.
Given that all the gnolls are fleeing, seeing Hetty dash up the hill, I'm going to take her lead and start dashing up there too. Where's the measuring tool? Okay, so I will try to move up to here with a dash action.
Excellent. Please roll in the athletics for me.
Oh, that's a 4.
Unfortunately, you can't quite make it as far. So I will have you subtract 10 feet of your movement. So just 2 squares. So you're barely able to clamber up to the other side of it.
Okay.
But that is action and movement.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll end my turn.
Flynn. Looks like there's only a couple of these guys left. They seem to be fleeing. It's your turn. What are you going to do? Grom, you're on deck.
Looks at the one who shot him. What, you guys think you can run away now? You picked this fight! And he's gonna charge. Sure. Yeah. Gonna charge 30 feet right up to him. And. Yeah. Basically, come at him with his warhammer. Gonna burn up my inspo. No. That won't do. Only slightly better, but I think that'll work. 15.
Okay. Sorry, I need a second after that draw. Okay. How the fuck can I do this? Okay.
Oh,
I've got this.
Jesus.
I've got this. Okay, 15. 15 succeeds. Please roll for damage.
Okay, and
Oh my god, these terror
wait,
draws are
yeah, I
going
already
every
nailed him with
direction.
an arrow, so damage. That's gonna be 5. 5 damage.
Alright, 5 damage. Excellent. So with a swing, you crack into it with your warhammer. You can hear this resounding crunch of bones splitting under the force of the blow. It cries out, but it's still got a fair bit of fight left in it. I believe that is your turn, correct?
Yep, that's all my movement.
All right. That brings us to Grom. It is your turn once again. What are you going to do?
Rom would like to dash up these 2 walls here.
Please roll me
One
some
after
athletics.
another. That'd be nice.
Come on, you can think of something.
Not nice. 7.
So, you can still get up. It's still going to be difficult terrain. So,
And then... Will that be far enough to get me up to the next wall?
so let me see. That's going to be 10 feet. 15. So let me see. 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you can get up to the next wall, but you won't be able to climb it.
Alright. And I'll just move over here then. That Gnoll's in for a rude awakening if he comes this way.
Yeah. With that, this one is going to disengage. This one is going to take a shot. However, you can see that it's aiming at something, but then it kind of sneezes, shoots off in another direction. You hear kind of a clang of some stuff inside of the tent, but it's kind of continues falling back. Hetty, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
I am going to close the distance between myself and Drax, and
Mhm.
I am going to cast.
But
Make
before
sure I get
that,
the correct gun.
we have to resolve, is there somebody
Yeah.
still alive
Uh-oh.
to cast on? Drax, did you have another point of inspiration that you would like to burn on this?
Shoot.
Got a
I-
couple.
I sure hope
have
so.
I have a.
Yeah,
I,
right there. You have a point of inspo.
Okay.
I do, yes. in
Oh,
fact.
damn.
Thanks, Ray. Nick, by the way,
Live, you son of a bitch.
I think you said that.
Whoever
the
did you
roll
just
does save-
did you say that he has one more point of inspiration because of Ray right now?
I think so.
Yes.
I think I had one before.
You owe that man a meal. He just saved your life. The dice that I just rolled were a 3 and an 11. So without that second dice, that would have been game, set, and match for you.
Thanks, Ray.
Live, you bastard.
And whoever gave me the last inspo as well. Appreciate it.
So-
That was your neighbor.
Hetty, as you get up there, Drax is barely hanging on the rain-slick precipice of life and death.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Please roll for healing.
Oh, Hetty's
Oh,
a
nope.
celestial.
That is. Wait, do I have to roll for success?
Nope.
No, that just
No,
happened.
okay.
Yep, it'll just
so
succeed.
You
I
have to
got
roll
10
to see if you put your hand in the right place. That's a joke, you don't.
Gotcha. Okay, so 10
Tipped
points of
over and
healing.
like touches the grass next to him.
Drax, everything's beginning to slip away. That regret and that longing for the future, to see more. the wonders of Bellestrade. To see craftsmanship, of which is only paralleled perhaps in Ushana, but even then a different sort. But that will to build, to do something different, it just grows weaker moment by moment. And just as you feel yourself starting to slip away into this infinite void, a warm embrace, it's almost like this being of light, formless and yet familiar, calls to you. A feeling of safety.
Don't you die on me, Draxx?
Did I? Oh, I actually missed. How did Hetty cast Cure Wounds? What was the flavor?
What do you mean, how did I do it?
How did your character cast the spell Cure Wounds? You have to use a focus, Cure Warlock, or something that's...
I have a... Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. See, the creature you touch gains a number, and I have a focus on me.
Yep, so spell
But
focus.
it just says a creature that I touch.
Right, not mechanically. I mean,
I think his
flavor-wise,
idea
is- Yeah.
what is Hetty doing? How does she...
Oh,
how did
Oh,
they
you mean
never
like
mind.
like painting you a word picture is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
like, it's magic, but
Okay.
like, what brand would... Wakes
Gotcha,
up.
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
want to know when I'm...
Okay, okay. So, she's kneeling on the ground, hands like probably clutching his face. I would assume it doesn't give any descriptor of what the spell kind of looks like.
Nope.
So
It's
I'm
all
just gonna
it's all up to your own interpretation as
Okay.
like what your character's magic might look like. That's the fun of spellcasting.
There's like a light that there's like circling around her hands. It's like golden and white over her hands as she's touching your face. So it's probably blinding you. So you can probably see like a silhouette behind these like moving circles almost. Sorry, I'm so bad at
No, it's fine.
describing that.
You're killing it. You're doing
was
great.
good.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
great.
part of the fun of
Okay.
like, yeah. Do it anyway.
So that is what that looks like. It's probably just a bunch of light right in your face with like a silhouette right behind it.
How many hit points did I heal?
10.
10.
Fantastic. That must be like max.
All right.
Do the successes and failures go away? Or
They
no?
do.
Okay, fine.
Any point of magical healing brings you right back on your saves.
Let me. Alright.
All right.
Use up one of my spell slots.
One of your 2 spell slots.
Yeah.
Warlock life.
Ooh.
Right, that is your movement action. I don't think there's an applicable bonus action, so...
Nope.
Draxx. How do you come to?
He'll groan and try to sit up and hold the back of his head. Well, thanks, Eddie. I appreciate that.
She sighs a huge sigh of relief and like removes her hand from like his face to like his shoulders. Just, oh. Man. What the? I'm so glad to see you alive.
Yeah, I didn't know you were like a holy person or healer.
It's a long story. How about you buy me a beer and I'll tell you it?
I'll take that. Oh, I don't have my... Waking up from the brink of death, he realized now only he does not have his... And he looks around. Does anyone have my hat?
Can I step over and kind of toss it to him like?
I will
Toss me that.
tell you what, roll a flat d20 and I'll let you use your reaction to toss it.
Yeah.
Where's my hat? It just comes sailing through the
I rolled a
wind.
10.
Captain America.
That's good. That's
shield.
good enough. You toss it, and at first it's kind of going off course, but then this gust of wind kind of catches it, and it just like comes down, and Draxx, you catch it.
All right, that's better. Oh, that's right. You. And he points over to the Gnoll over here. Which Gnoll? Wait, hold on. This one. Let me ping. And this one.
Excellent.
That's the only one I can see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the King Gnoll and the other bastard already make it away?
Yep. They all withdrew.
Gotcha. Draxx is going to take out the wand. He's going to switch out the 2 gem crystals really quickly. And he's going to fire a firebolt directly at the Gnoll's head.
Excellent.
That is a 15.
Roll for damage.
Five.
All right. Would you like to describe the spell?
As he switches out the crystal, and he gives the end of the wand, the sort of like pistol wand, a little bit of a flick as it starts glowing red, and it almost looks like at this point it's almost like he's trying to throw it, similar to what he did with the whip catapult rock. So he's gonna, as he goes forward, and he sort of slings it, and as he slings the one forward, it like fires in sort of the middle. So
This
and
mote of flame
probably
just
not
goes out and collides with its head, and it yelps a little bit in pain as the flames just continue to kind of lick and burn at its face. It claws a little bit to try to put the flames out, and a fair bit of the hair is now sizzling and burned away. And that is your action. Part of movement to get back up from prone. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Let me think. I think as a bonus action, I'm going to do. Yes, I will actually. I'm gonna do the hobgoblin help action thing, the special one they get to do because the tackle. I think I'm going to give that to Hetty's next turn, whenever that may be. Is that something I can do? Just can I do this as a bonus action to help?
Yeah.
Action is, or so I'll do that, and so it's a D6 plus 2 temp rate. That's one of my long rest uses for that, and the other one is already gone.
All right. And that's your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, this Gnoll is just shitting a brick, and it's gonna... It too shall withdraw.
Okay, so Hetty gets 7 at temp HP, and Draxx gets 4.
Oops, that was the wrong one that I took off there, but that's okay, because this one is also...
No! You denied me my vengeance!
And it's going to run in the other direction. Zell, it's your turn. Looks like they are scattering to the winds. For all intents and purposes, until this next one's turn, you guys have like basically one shot to try to take it out, but it looks like it's about to withdraw too. The battle is almost won.
Okay.
What you
I
gonna
will
do?
take my chance. I will try to move up the hill.
Excellent.
And if I make it, I'll take a shot with my longbow.
Go for it.
Oh, it's natural 20.
Ooh.
Excellent.
7 damage.
Is that with the bonuses from the crit?
Think so? It says crit 7, so
Oh, okay. All right. You kind of catch it, sort of in the upper thigh, and it's limping along trying to get away, but it's well bloodied and does not look long for this world. Is there anything else you can do, Zell?
That's it for me. I'll just say to Draxx, it's good to see you. It's good to see you up again.
Do not be dead. Thanks. Thanks for coming back.
All right, Flynn. It is your turn. What are you going to do?
Flynn just looks up at the sky. Curse you, God! You took my kill! No, I'm kidding. Guess I will, at this point, dash. Oh. 10 feet here. And then another 20 feet to get up against this wall. It's normal movement, and now for dash movement, I guess we'll go ahead and climb up the wall. I'm gonna make an acrobatics check.
Yeah, go for it.
Just think of it. Okay. It's an 11.
Good enough. You're able to get up there.
So that's 5 more, and then I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There.
All right.
And as I crest around the tent, and I see Hetty and Draxx, and I'm like, oh, good. You're alive. And then I glare over at the other Gnoll that's weakly trying to escape. And that's going to end my turn.
Excellent. Grom, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm
Get him,
gonna
Grom.
go and roll athletics to climb up that wall again.
Good enough. You're able to get up there.
And then I'm going to. If I were a dash, could I just tackle this guy?
Hell yes,
Yes.
you can.
That's what I'm doing.
Terramations.
All right, we're going to go
Right.
opposing strength rolls.
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna-
Gron, don't let that one get away.
Oh my god!
That'll fucking do
What?
it.
What?
Free.
Damn.
Dueling
So what
nat
I'm hearing
20s!
is that they lock stare intensified strength.
And you two get into this knockdown, drag out grapple, and with the absolute most strength that you can muster, you're able to just pin it to the ground and pull its arm behind it, disarming it and knocking it prone. I am going to count its turn with that as well, because that was too cool. Like 2 nat 20s right there.
It's like when two anime fighters like hit each other and a giant crater appears because they met with equal and opposite force.
Hetty, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, it doesn't seem like there's much to do right now.
Knock out
I'm
the
gonna
There are-
check in with.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna check in on Draxx. He's probably bloodied right now. Not looking great.
No, I'm at 10 out of 15 with 4 temp HP.
Oh, okay.
Looks a lot better. He's actually looking at himself and he's like trying to he's like,
Oh,
I swear I was bleeding. Like from the,
All right.
I swear I was bleeding.
Well, I'm gonna help him up, and I'm
Oh, I
going
was prone,
to
that's
keep
right.
a lookout. Yeah. And I'm going to look out and just be on the lookout for any surprise attacks, and just try to gauge what this camp area is, because it looks like they have been established in this area for a little.
Well-
They went and established in this area.
So it's actually the map makes it a little more established than it is. It's kind of just like
Okay.
it's more like a staging area. Can you roll me
Gotcha.
perception, please?
Sure. Okay, there. So bad at finding stuff on this. There we go. Jeez, that took way too long.
No worries, you're good.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and burn because I've got a ton of inspiration. So I'm going to go ahead and burn a full one.
Excellent.
All right, 12 total.
12. You're looking around. There's a couple of tents. Looks like just a few bedrolls. They've been staying here. You can guess, based on how quickly it was put up, maybe a staging spot for an attack. You look around. There's some crates and stuff. A few supplies, maybe some stuff taken. Most of it's empty, but there's a few barrels.
Gunpowder?
And you have a sinking feeling of the gunpowder. And because of that roll, you also smell smoke. And you look over, and where that Gnoll had sneezed and shot, he had hit a lantern.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, you had.
I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw, as I now have to enact the tower.
All right. Okay.
I'm
with
so
the
glad I'm
perception,
alive.
can I
Boom,
show-
dies.
Okay.
Oh. I also rolled a 15.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 2. I'm gonna use a. Can I use a die, Nick? I'm gonna use a dice.
Okay, go for it.
And then I have a quick question about the dice inspiration. So I have 1d10. So would I roll that and add it to my...
Yeah.
Yep, correct. So you can add that to skill checks, saves, weapon attacks, spell attacks, but not damage.
You know what? I actually am gonna burn the
Okay.
the full inspiration on the third full inspiration I have on that because I don't want to risk getting too low. That would be very bad.
All right. So I got that 11, and then I'm going to use my d10. How do I do that on here?
You can type /R space
I
D.
see it.
Perfect.
I see it now.
Oh man, I'm so glad I survived. A wave of fire just envelops.
I'm not dead. That's amazing.
Nope. Nope.
Dies.
Nope. Nope.
Is somebody
All right.
grilling out here?
30-20 with full inspiration.
30,
Thank
20,
God.
excellent.
Thank you, Sis and Katie.
All right. So that is 15 total for me.
Okay. So that'll be 23 points of fire damage, halved for Draxx. As this massive burst of flame encompasses all of you, and as you
You round it
feel,
down, Nick?
yes, correct. And as you feel the burning heat of the gunpowder exploding everywhere, everything is lost in this soft light that seems to wrap around all of you, because the other card drawn was the world again.
Wow.
So we get knocked down.
You
Damn.
and you get up again.
Up again.
Baron can't ever keep you down.
Wow.
The smell of gunpowder and the fact they tried to bomb us. So angry. Full heal.
All right. So how much damage are we supposed to take?
None. You're all
None,
back
'cause
at
the world
full.
heals us completely like we took a long rest.
Yep. Well, what I'm going to flavor it as for this one, don't heal yourselves fully. I'm going,
Okay.
the other use of the world that I do, back when tarots had different meanings, is it can completely negate all the damage that you would take in one round, which I will enact for this.
Okay.
Was it luck? The hand of fate? Divine providence? You don't know. But somehow, as this torrent of fire bursts out from the powder kegs, a massive explosion ringing in your ears, even bigger than the one before, all of you and all of the hostages are unharmed.
Holy fuck! She's
Holy sh!
he grabbed
Draxx,
was
are
that
you
just
okay?
Run.
Do I have anything? So is there anything still burning?
There are some small, kind of smoldering flames, but most of it just was consumed up from that massive explosion. There's just little flickering flames here and there.
Okay. If there's any more gunpowder barrels, I'm going to move them away from the fire.
And you all,
Whatever-
you've got
whatever
time.
fire there is.
Even the people. What is this? Paragon's blessing. How did we survive that? Malin looking around.
Yeah, that's weird. We should 100% be dead. Blasting powder of that amount would have 100% killed us. But we
Oh,
should
we
be
were
dead.
so close.
Can scarcely believe I'm still in one piece.
Let's get back to the wagons and get the hell out of here.
Couldn't goddamn agree more. Can you untie me, lass?
Yeah, of course. And I'm gonna get to helping to freeing the hostages.
And Malin just immediately embraces his two sons. My boys. Oh, I can't believe yours.
Was he the dwarf that had the orb in his?
Mm-hmm.
One of his sons was, yes.
Oh, one of his sons had the orb. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Did what's his face take that orb?
He did,
Or
yes.
did he leave it?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to help people gather whatever they can, and then I'm going to start heading back to the wagons
And,
because we need to get out of here.
Nick and Drax take a look around. If there's anything left of the camp? I don't know if there's anything useful. I mean, imagine like weapons and armor might have been like maybe slightly, charred by the explosion, but maybe anything. If there's anything usable, wants to look around for anything.
You find...
Maps or journals too.
You want me to roll investigation or anything?
Please roll investigation for me.
They're doing that. Is the Gnoll I have still alive? Did he?
He did not make it.
Oh, what a
Ron
shame.
just kind of still can't hold on to him. Just looks down. Just
Speak.
oh. Well, that explains the worst of the smell, and just kind of just roughly pushes him down as he climbs off of him and just wipes himself off. Oh. Oh, he smells so bad.
That's a 17.
I'll be right back.
You see a couple rolled up pieces of paper that had been kind of scattered by the blast. You can see basically some details of the attack. Couple of missives written in a language that you don't understand, but there's some similarities to Goblin in the writing that you can at least make out a few of the words. Assumedly because such a word doesn't exist in that language, so they had to go with the closest thing they could. Pretty much confirmation of a coordinated attack looking for a weapon.
Anything about the stone? Jax is assuming that's the weapon.
There's other pieces of paper of showing the claw mark. The one that you had noticed was etched upon it. Kind of like... it looks as though 3 claws had slashed through itself, so it's kind of like drawn on there. Most of the script, you simply don't know the language to make out what it's talking about, but there's a fair bit written there. Perhaps if you can find some kind of a codex or something or a translator, you might be able to learn a fair bit.
Gotcha. Anything besides the attack plans and papers?
You find numerous spears, about 4 or 5, that are still usable. Most of the ones stored too close to the explosion did splinter apart. And then just like a few bits of hide armor, and then there's a few just collections of coins and just general trade goods, spices worth approximately maybe 10 gold. This is where I do want to mention a house rule of mine. For the purpose of consolidating, I'll describe, I find precious gemstones, artwork, statuettes, equaling a certain number of gold. So you can just bump your gold up, and then we can assume during trade you maybe put gemstones or down, whatever. I'm not going to make you keep track of
each list of
this statuette was worth exactly 2 silver, I'm afraid.
Wait, 5
Life-
pounds you can't possibly carry.
Just like I don't track regular arrows, life is too fucking short for me to remember every little ring that you found that's worth 5 silver. If it's an exceptional piece of gear, however, I will describe it. I will give that to you, and then it is going to be on you to track and remember that.
10 gold, did you say? Or
Yep,
5?
10 gold's worth
10
of just general trade goods.
That hide armor, by the way, I'm assuming it's not counted in there because it's more or less damaged. Is there any metallics, any armor, any sort of metallic origin, or anything metal that he'd recognize?
There's some very crude bits of what look like non-functional plate mail, not complete, but and not usable in its current state, but raw materials.
I'm fucking having that. He's gonna drag it out into the open.
In total, you're looking at about 20 or about 10 pounds worth of it.
Rum's gonna go over to the arrows, like the spears. We could take some of these, give them to the survivors still at the caravans. Try to rearm ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
They could probably use.
Hetty, I think you're muted.
Sorry, I forgot.
No worries, you're good.
Yeah, she is like new to this whole thing and does not think to like, oh yeah, maybe we should go through this shit. And it's like, of course. Is there anything I can help carry? Drax, do you need help walking? Are you good?
Drax is like in the midst of shoving the plate, like pieces that will definitely not fit in the backpack of already full shit, and is like, oh yeah, yeah, I'd appreciate that actually. I gotta find a. Maybe there is a way to carry this stuff. Maybe if I make a bag with like a really long bottom, but it doesn't look long on the outside. Yeah, I would appreciate that actually. Thank you.
Is everyone here safe? Are they all well enough to walk?
Malin gets up and Dallin looks over as well, nodding towards his father. I can help anybody that may not be able to walk. Thank you again for finding us and my father, my brother. And Callan, you just see his hands just tremoring, just unable to speak, the color drained from his face. Seems to be mouthing.
You should thank. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Is he kind of catatonic, or is he like not reacting?
Doesn't seem to be reacting to anything around him, no.
You should all thank Zell over there. It's her expert tracking skills that found you all.
And my hat. Thanks for that, Zell. That was a great fucking throw.
I tried to take good care of it. I'm glad you're reunited.
It's not scorched, and it still wears fine. So thank you for that, and thank you, Hetty, for getting me back up. You all know that they're a healer? I mean, that's... Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you all for coming back.
Okay. We can talk about it when we get back to the wagons.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on, Callan? Callan, you okay? She gently approaches him and offers a hand.
He just looks up, but his eyes are distant. It wasn't. It was just something we found. I was just in the ruins. It was a research trip. I didn't know that I had anything dangerous.
I'm gonna make a little. I think I'm gonna make a little charisma check, and I'm going to get him to come back to center, so that we can get out of here, and maybe he can process while we're on the road.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Let's say persuasion.
Would I be able to assist with that at all?
That depends. I feel like you would assist more with intimidation.
I'm gonna burn.
I got skills for both those.
Burn inspiration. Do that again, because that was a bad roll.
ground, just kind of wants to come over and like put a hand on his shoulder and like try to steady him a bit. He's like, "It's all right, soldier. You're here now. They may have got that fancy bauble, but you're still here. We can worry about the rest later."
What was that second roll?
Yeah, 15.
He doesn't appear to be necessarily feeling better, but at the very least acquiesces to getting up and getting a move on.
Yeah, she's gonna help him up, and she's like, "Come on. We can assess everything later. We got to get to safety first." Using that old folk hero charm of hers.
And so you all depart. The few kind of commoners along with it, walking in silence, kind of trying to calm their daughter down. Who, ironically, the kid is taking things a lot better than Callan is. But it's a pretty somber trip back. But you return.
Hey. On the way, I want to
Of course.
address Draxx. Hey, Draxx.
Yeah.
What was all
Oh,
that
yeah.
even about?
Well, what was the attack about? Well, the Hobkin who's leading all of them was a dishonorable discharge named Ukla. He was a
Ukal.
warrior back in Ukal. He was a warrior back in Pamir. He was discharged for let's say some guess what you would call ungentlemanly warfare. I've no idea what he's doing here other than he wanted that order down over their head, and he wanted it real badly. It's a weapon of some kind, or so he said. Looks like it was made of dark light.
Did he get this stone?
Yeah, he got it. I would have gotten it back, but manacles were hard to get out of.
Is that why they pulled back halfway through the fight?
Oh yeah, probably. Or just because they saw you coming, they didn't know if there were more behind you. That was smart ambushing.
Not as smart as I would have liked, but...
You're never ready. You go when you're ready enough. Right?
Any good plan rarely survives the point of contact, as they say.
That's true. But nobody died, amazingly, even though that explosion totally should have killed us.
Well,
Amazingly, yeah.
Very odd that.
Malin kind of nudges you, Draxon. Tries to get you to walk a little ways away.
Wait, nudges who?
Nudges Drax.
Oh, okay.
Al,
You were out
what can I do
for
for you?
you were out for a little while, lad, but the leader, insisted that they didn't bring any harm upon those that were taken. There was one, though, that the Gnolls did get to. He seemed to not pay it much of a mind.
Who's that?
The elf.
Oh, you mean the lad from the Fey Elf?
Told the Gnolls, not beasts, we don't attack those we've taken hostage. But he said, what's the point in having another tyrant around?
I thought I'd say this, but I agree with the elf there. He's dead now, ain't he?
Didn't make it. The Gnolls, they chased him about a bit, had their fun, and he just watched. Said the world's a better place without the bastards of Mirand. I've been around a long time and seen my share of things. Can't imagine living with that much hate in my heart.
Everybody's got their own reasons to hate someone. Every single piece of history has its villains and its heroes written at the end. I don't know if he's right or wrong. I just know that it's awful interesting to have someone say they don't want to they want to prevent wars by causing one. I would have trusted him more if he just said, "Oh, I'm just trying to start shit."
Can't say I understand what he's thinking, but I don't think I'd be right in the head if I said that I did.
No. I don't know his plans.
But
Where'd your son find it? The orb.
was on some kind of excavation off to the west of Balustrade.
Mountains?
No, not in the mountains. Marshlands, maybe a bit south of there. At least I think. Always was the type. Nose deep in a book. Dreaming about going out and learning about history and discovering more of the world, but more keen to the book than to the blade, if you follow.
Yeah, I do. I would have been that way too had we any books and Vermeer. Without many books, it was mostly experience teaching, learn from people. But I've heard books are useful, so I try to learn to read them.
They are. They can prepare you for some, but do little for other things. But I'm glad you and yours were here.
I'm glad they were here too. And dead.
You were looking pretty rough there, lad.
Really, I didn't notice when a blade was driven right through. I don't regret spitting in it.
Oh, don't worry.
It's mighty satisfying.
You'll look worse now.
Wow, thanks.
Ah! He reaches in and he offers you a flask.
This better be ale.
Ain't ale, but you won't go blind.
Is it ale?
It is not.
What is it? Piss.
Whiskey.
Oh, even better.
Oh shit.
I smell whiskey.
You know what? It wasn't ale. It was better. Thanks.
Ah, I lied. That was me piss.
Well, for the saviors, he just offers it around.
Hell yeah.
Oh, look at that. Pass it on.
So I'll just take a little sniff and go, I'll pass. I'm good. Thanks.
Awesome.
I'm just like, thanks.
Just pounds it all back.
Hands over an empty flask. Thanks for that, mate.
You'll have to excuse Grom. He's some kind of supreme god warrior.
He certainly fights like one.
I appreciate the
Yes.
compliments, but I only got one of those in me a day, if I'm lucky.
I get what you mean.
Hopefully that's all we need. Hopefully that's all we need. Are we coming up on the wagons yet?
Yep, you guys reach the rest of the caravan. They've repaired both of the wagons using some kind of spare parts, and the Leonin stands out and says, "Well, it certainly took long enough."
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
didn't
but we
mean to
got him
keep
back
waiting.
before dinner.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Couldn't
How much
agree
further
more.
to Balustrade? Damn.
Still a good ride, but Paragon's willing. We've seen the worst of it.
Someone
Oh.
help me hand out
Amen
these
to that.
beers.
I'll help you, Grom. It's important they defend themselves.
Oh, yeah. We brought back armaments that might give a little bit more protection to the caravan as we head out of this forest.
Right, we'll get all of this handed out. He goes and starts kind of handing out some spears. Some of them just to the regular townsfolk, but they kind of nod in understanding, if looking a little shaky.
Truth be told, though, I think they got what they wanted, so I don't think we're going to have any trouble the rest of the way out of here.
Yeah.
Kind of peeking out the back of one, struggling to go. You see Anselm, face beaded and sweaty. So it's done. You found the others.
Yeah.
God.
Brought them back safe and sound.
I knew if there was anybody who would, it would be all of you.
You doing alright, Anselm? You need to heal?
I've been better, but I'll live.
Alright.
You all look like you've been through hell.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, kinda. And she climbs into one of the wagons.
Oh,
You ever been caught in a fireball, boy?
twice, which isn't much, but it is a little weird that
Close
it's been
enough.
more than once.
Well, it's a good thing you stayed here, because it would have been your third.
And
3 always was my lucky number. And the Leonin and the Loxodon kind of help guide, and they just walk along with a few others, the horses going to a slow trot as you continue along the path.
As we're leaving, Hetty's going to take a moment to thank her patron for the protection and other ability. Do not bully. Hey, no bullying.
You feel
Sorry.
as though you shouldn't bully, but then you get this feeling of acknowledgement of a job well done. And it's like a relief beyond even what you feel, of something greater that just wasn't sure how things were going to pan out in the moment. But an assuredness that with good thoughts and good deeds, that the tide can be turned. And so it was with all of you, that against all odds, hopelessly outnumbered by those gnolls, and with one of you teetering at death's door, you managed to make it out. This is where I do want to ask, Ribbons, I do know that it is getting late for you. Are you wanting to go a little bit longer, or should I wrap it up here in the next couple of minutes for you?
I'm fine going longer. If you wouldn't mind, could we just take like a couple minutes?
Absolutely, we can. All right, everybody, we will be right back, and then we'll go for just a little while longer. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, everybody, we will be back in just a few minutes. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out tonight. Appreciate y'all being here, and I hope that you're having fun watching these fantastic players do what they do best. By which I mean getting killed
You
by
are
me.
muted if you're talking, Nick.
Sorry, I unmuted on the stream, but not on here. My apologies there.
Oh,
I mean, what is life if you don't have a dunder-headed moment or two, right?
yes. Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we'll just wait for everybody to get on back, and then we will continue the adventure, at least for a little while. But
Yeah,
man,
it goes on to, like, today is like the best day for me to go late. So, yeah, feel free.
well, I won't go too much later to ensure that I respect your time and your sleep schedule as well. But man, that sure was a close call with Draxx, huh? Now, if you think that it's stressful to watch one of your comrades fail 2 of their death saving throws and wonder if you're going to make it back in time, well, that's a fair bit of stress, sure. But what's even worse than that is playing our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Enter promo code KILLMYFRIEND to unlock a new champion today. Or if you think that looking back at your regrets and wishing that you could make it a little further in your adventure is tough, try playing Raid Shadow Legends. Enter promo code #KillMeNow to unlock a new champion. All right, we're waiting for just one more player. That gives me time to do a third one. All right, we are having a current special with Raid Shadow Legends, an amazing new starter pack of champions. Build yourself an incredible team with original characters like Orc, Human, Pikeman, and Skeleton. With those incredible champions, you can utilize deep tactics to win battles. Using advanced maneuvers like attack or defend, you can employ incredible levels of strategy, of which will blow away the art of war. The art of war, more like the art of bullshit. Check out the starter pack from Raid Shadow Legends, now on sale for $1,289.44.
Man, what a deal.
What a
On
deal.
sale.
That is a 75% off sale. God damn it. My team's going to be great and the best now. Take out a
All right,
second
all right,
loan on
I
your
got-
house. Oh, are we
I
doing
got
it?
one.
Hell yeah! Oh my god! Wait a second, let me go to RP
got
Cam
one.
then. Sorry, this is really loud.
Nope.
Hit me,
Never
hit
mind.
me. Oh no, no, no,
I'll
no.
save it. Okay. All right. Did you ever want to know what it feels like to draw the tower 3 times in a row? Did you want to know what it feels like to draw the tower, the devil, and the death card all at once? Well, with our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, you can. And you can do that at will, and you don't have to leave it to the chance or the heart of the cards. Raid Shadow Legends. Pull the tower every time.
Raid Tower Legends. That really, man, that was the most bullshit pull though. Just death, the tower, and the devil. I'm like, what the fuck, man? All right.
Because I'm assuming you're working off of like some kind of chart that tells you. Okay.
Yeah. So I took a look, originally I took a look, and there were some things that were good and some things that were bad. I recently redid it to where they're all good for you guys, because kind of sucks when things outside of your guys' control start to hold you back. Like, that's not a good feeling as a player. So just for the sake of knowing, the devil would have given you all creatures that are hostile toward the party receive the Bane effect for 1 minute in combat. The tower is a metric butt ton of damage that's dealt to enemies, but the players take part of it too. And death now kills 1 non-boss creature. It used to be
Which
that
is why you
death could
didn't wanna
also
do the
knock you
tower
out.
just then, because if you'd done the tower when you drew it, Draxx would have died, and so would all the gnolls.
There's a method to
That
my
would have
madness.
been that would have been quite the moment to draw the tower, the explosion of the gunpowder. Especially with the imagery of the traditional like the most iconic deck of the Tarot, where they're all on fire and falling out of the tower.
I think that's actually what my tower looks like. Let me see. Yeah,
Do you have the standard rider weight? Yeah, that's the Smith deck, yeah. Looks like it.
All right.
I prefer to, people call it the rider weight. I call it the Smith deck because that's the actual artist's name. Who, fun fact, was actually, I believe the deck was commissioned in like the 1800s, and they commissioned, I forget her first name, but her last name was Smith, and she was a woman of color. And she was paid a single flat rate, and that deck is the most iconic and well-known tarot deck in just like ever.
Bitchin'.
Like the imagery, the line work, it's really fascinating. And she was paid one flat rate, and the deck became known under the publisher name Rider Waite. And kind of only recently the artist has been starting to get her flowers for that. Fun fact.
All right. Okay, is everybody ready to continue on along a little bit more?
See.
All right.
Oop. Rip. Going through our little adrenaline withdrawal, which is never a good time.
So the next leg of your travel is about 2 weeks to get to Bellestrade. The worn Silverway Road, cutting past the forest and crossing a section of it known as the Umbral Thickets. The journey is a smooth one, without any major incident, until you reach the rolling hills of the Andalian Plains. A place that's... And I'm going to... Do I have... I didn't actually make... My apologies. I know what I'll do. Let's go. So as you reach the southern reaches of the Andalian Plains, you've still got several days left, but there's that feeling of security knowing now that you're reaching kind of the outside border of Bellestrade. And soon we'll be seeing actual, like, caravans and, like, rotations of some of the Griffin Knights and some of the other protectors of the realm that will kind of be making their presence more known in the days to come. And so it is that you park for one night. The temperate days of the summer in the Andalian Plains are cut by the cold mountain winds that kind of blow down at night. The Lanare Mountains up to the north, that barrier between the reaches of Faros and northern Ryland. But it's comfortable overall, especially with how your travels have been. Thankfully, without incident, the campfire's crackling and casting a warm light out in the fields. And you find yourselves sitting around, getting a moment to almost relax. The knowledge that your destination is not much further. Is there anything that you guys want to do or discuss?
Remind me what time of year it is?
It is currently summer. But you're so far up north that it's, where normally in southern Ryland it would be quite a fair bit warmer. You're north up enough that it feels more just kind of temperate to cool. But those mountains, they blow down that northern air, and that gets a little chill.
I think Teddy is feeling much more comfortable, maybe has taken off her armor and is really enjoying this cold air coming down, because it's been an adjustment. It's been an adjustment. She's just been kind of watching folks as they've been processing, trying to offer some comfort as she can. And how's the camp doing? Like, how's all the cities? How's the other adventurers? How are they faring right now? Are they also feeling a little more comforted, a little more...
The tension for the last few days could have been cut with a butter knife. weapons, armor, trinkets, any kind of belongings from the fallen guards from the battles before, brought along. And it's been a heavy few days. But reaching the plains and knowing that it's not much further to Belistrad has done a fair bit for easing some of the anxieties that the people are feeling.
I'm going to let's see who's cooking dinner. Let's see what we're making.
Oh no.
Or soldier stew, I bet.
Oh,
Hope
no.
not. Going to go monitor the situation.
Well, Grum, what are you making?
Yeah, he's actually cooking. Last time he just kind of threw everything together because he wanted to be on his way, but this time he's just tired. Once knows Belestrad's out a few days longer, so he thinks something proper would be nice.
Hey, Grom.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I'm just checking in, see how you doing.
Cooking, I think.
Well, I can offer you some help or company.
Be great. Especially another healer might work a little magic on this. Whatever this is, it's a little out of my forte.
Well, we'll make something work. How long you been away from your family?
Just, it's been a while. About, let's see, almost 3 years now.
3 years?
He
What's been
kind of-
keeping you away from them?
Kind of fishes out like this little amulet. Not much bigger than this. I don't know how close you are, but I'm assuming a respectful distance. It kind of looks like a beetle.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay.
chasing clues here and there. Looking for one big adventure to share with my daughter once I go back.
Whereas you said your wife was an orc, right? You also from Halfsland? You from Halfsland too?
No, but hold on. Actually, don't know where that's at off the top of my head.
That's on the others. That's north of Belistrad on the other side of the mountains.
Yep.
And they have been getting into altercations with Belistrad.
No, it's further south myself. Few weeks trip from Lucide.
Oh. I didn't know they had orcs out there.
I don't think Kathka was from around the area, but she kind of wound up down there. Free
Yeah.
spirit, like
Good for her.
a dragon, tormenting the countryside.
Yeah, sounds like a Hofslander.
I don't know where she
Well-
got it though. Her sister and father were the most polite people I've ever met, save for nobles. Boomy.
Well,
Sweet girl.
well. I hope you get to see your family soon.
With the way this trip's going, sooner rather than later, unfortunately.
Oh, fucking real.
What about you? What brings a tall glass of damn down this way?
Grum. And she kind of punches him on the shoulder. You're old enough to be my dad.
I'll leave that one alone, but continue.
Something happened. And it really just made me seek something more in the world. And that I did have, you know, from the tiny little corner, isolated corner, all the way up north, that I could still do something with the world, and I could still bring a little more goodness into it. You know, it's people keep talking about the Mirand and acting like it's the only scourge we got, but I've been listening to the whispers of war in my homeland with people that I don't even know. And I just don't understand why we're doing all that. But I think good things want to come into the world. Good things want to manifest from things beyond what we can perceive, and we have to make this world a good place for that to come into, or else it can't come in. And so that's what I'm seeking. It might be a little in over my head, though. It's a big fucking world out here, and I have been overwhelmed.
I'll drink to that, sister.
Oh,
And
Can I
almost,
make a roll to how well this food is turning out?
yes, please go ahead and just roll straight intelligence for me. And there's not much, but there's a couple of casks of ale brought along that's Malin decides to break out in a celebration of reaching the plains.
hey,
Thank
all
you.
right, Malian.
You know, after times of great stress, there's comfort in things that you know, Grom.
More soldiers too.
And what do you know better than the life of a soldier?
Yes!
As that dull gray stew fills the pot, and it's just a little too thick, kind of gummy. It's perfect.
Just kind of takes the lane and just... It's good stuff. Make sure you eat it while it's hot. It'll stick to your insides if it gets cold.
Is that soldier stew I smell? I ain't missing out on it this time.
So, Zell, or rather I should say, Ranger. Twice as much food as
Hang on.
normal when you forage. It's really cool. That's always open as an option. But we could also eat the grunge, mulch.
Flynn is holding his bowl so that Grom can ladle some stew into it.
And you kind of shake it a little bit as the stew kind of sticks to the ladle but eventually comes off.
Oh yeah, that's the satisfying thud I remember as he kind of shakes it next to his ear.
It smells both earthy yet sour. It's a combination of scents that most of you, with reasonable thought, wish that you'd never smelled. You can kind of hear some utterances from the people close by. Malin, I don't have enough ale to deal with this. And the Leonin looks over. Oh, you're making that again. Oh, I'm sitting by another fire.
Don't let the little rabbit have any. You'll never get him back off the cart.
It ain't really good, but somehow it's just comfortable to me.
You take a
Hey.
bite, not a slurp, it's a bite of the piping hot stew that is only edible with minimal chewing because it is hot. It's like if you
it's
took
best when it's chewy.
it's like if you take everything in a Thanksgiving meal and stir it until it's one consistency. It's like that, but shittier. Like, imagine that, but now it sucks, and that's what soldier stew is.
Zell is gonna walk over and kind of take a stick and just poke it a little bit to kind of gauge its consistency.
A big
Just
bubble just.
Careful
Yeah.
with that. We don't
Jiggles
need any more
unnervingly.
fiber.
Hey, you don't want to fight that stew. It fights back.
But
That's why they call it soldier stew, right? It'll fight you like a
Yeah.
soldier.
there's
Yeah,
something
exactly.
alluring about it, though.
Try and bite. Just for the camaraderie.
What about you, Drax? Have you
My
really?
man almost just died today.
It's been several days.
He's questioning whether or not died.
Well, then come, my friend, and almost die
Oh,
again.
there is something very important that
What
Nick,
doesn't kill you
do
makes
I-
you stronger, though.
have I had the time to be able to do the infusion stuff that I now have as an artificer. That
You have had some time on the road, yes. Please describe what you've made.
Okay, so I don't think.
Oh
necessarily
no!
is-
Oh, we're about to add something to the stew, aren't
Yes,
we?
we are.
Yes!
After about. It's not gonna be mayo. I'm not a fucking. I'm not an insane. It's
Do it.
gonna be like.
Do it.
It's gonna be like salt or acid now.
Mayo kills all.
Actually,
It
the
cannot
acid.
dispense salt, sadly. After about probably in the first day, he started working on basically just like dumped in all the stuff of his backpack out carriage as it was trundling along, and then just started working with the bottom of it, drawing bottom of the bag, as well as like putting a few crystals, select points, so it almost like formed a cradle at the bottom, and made a bottomless bag of because he wanted to be able to store all the stuff, including the new heavy plate, which he had planned for. He also he took he probably started constructing like a little after the first 2 days, using some stone or some clay to construct a pretty, like, I don't know how big the jar is, Nick. It's probably about this big, right?
Seems reasonable.
Like this big or something like that. I've been in a game before where the DM ruled no, meaning it's 5 feet tall and 3 feet wide. It's a person-sized jar. So after having kilned that jar, he probably would have created several little tiny spigots in it that dispense various amounts of liquid, which is the alchemy jar. Those are the 2 infusions he's taken over the past couple of days, so he can get them both finished. And he's gonna bring out the jar, and he's gonna look at Grom, and he's gonna go, "So Grom, if you don't mind, is there something you'd like added to this stew? Do you want some fresh water so it's less of a solid, or do you want some honey? I think I got ale if you want to make it slightly, more alcoholic. I got mayonnaise. I'm having a southern voice, but I can't make it dispense ranch, which is much sadness.
I mean, there's almost nothing that isn't in that soldier stew, so I don't know what you could add to it.
Mayonnaise.
Telling me he put that doesn't look like it has honey in there, or
There's protein in eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And there's eggs in mayonnaise.
Rom,
Tom's good.
chef.
Look at it. Just well, I don't think you can make it much worse. You're smarter than I am, so have at it. If you kill me,
This
I'll
is a
tell
hard.
my wife hello for you.
This is a hard. Jesus, this is a hard determiner because I don't think that there's anything that'll make this much better.
No.
Sure. You know what? We'll go the safe route. I'm gonna have it dispense honey to give slight sweetness, nice on the throat a little bit. Mix it around and
Flynn
make it a
looks
bit
over.
more. Bit of
Flynn looks
more.
over at Zell. This guy thinks he can fix soldier stew.
I didn't
And
say
he's like,
fix it.
"Take
I'm not a
another
miracle
chewy bite
worker.
of it."
Just maybe sweeten it a bit. So he's gonna unstopper one of those spigots, and he's gonna turn, and a small stream of honey is gonna come out. and he's gonna attempt to mix it around.
The
the
jug
soldier
moans
stew.
slightly. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I did not design it to do that. I mean, sure, like he turns it, and there's and then he like bashes it for a second, and there's a stream. That's about a gallon of honey he can dispense. He probably dispenses just a few pints, mixes it around. All right, now it's.
I need you to
sweetened
roll
porridge.
just a straight strength check for me.
To hold up the
No,
jar?
to stir it.
Serious?
Oh, to
I told you. You try to fight the stew, it fights back.
well. Well, oh, you still.
Oh, I didn't see. Nothing's come through yet. Oh, I meant it. Roll strength for me.
Oh, I did.
Oh, nothing's come through on roll 20.
Oh,
Oh, what was the roll total?
It was 12.
Oh, okay.
He now has to roll for it to fight back.
And you just oh man, as the honey gets in there, you're able to stir it a bit, and then it's all you can do to just keep it moving. And as you take it out, it's just like kind of gelatinous and sticks, and it just kind of stretches out like goo. And you like try a little bit, and you like dab it on your finger, and it just stays connected. And like you try to like, and it just like sticks to your face. It's now like honey and gummy at the same time. So you've got this like earthy sourness mixed with a sickly sweetness that is every... It is like experiencing every stage of grief with every bite. Like, you try to bargain that maybe it's not that mad, and then you get angry for trying it, and then you, like, try to deny that this is really happening. Eventually, you just hit acceptance that this is inside of you now.
Well, I think it made it worse, so, yeah, maybe I need to keep tinkering with the pot. Sure, that's it.
Grime like scratches his chin. You think we could weaponize that?
Oh yeah, 100%. You could eat that with a catapult or a trebuchet. And you could totally knock someone out with that.
Somewhere far away, far beyond the reaches of Ryland and even the circle in the world of Aldha itself, in a distant, separate plane, a dragonborn with 2 hand axes looks up and is like, something terrible's been created. I have to make something great to counter this evil.
And then he uses his naturally seasoned hands to make more food.
But there is something to be learned from this, Draxx. The viscosity of the honey didn't work. However, there are other things. Perhaps like the water might actually affect it a little bit. Or even like oil could potentially do something too.
He's
So
stalling so he can say, or the mayonnaise could be the antidote.
maybe if that's what you want to put in
There
there.
it is.
But yes.
It's all right. I'm a little rusty. Someone won't mind lending me a cookbook. I'd appreciate it.
No, Grom, this is great. Don't put yourself down. Zell will take a little bite of it.
Please roll me
try.
a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
I thought you were going to say, roll me a deception check. That's clear.
No, so
It's natural
good.
20.
No.
I mean,
Oh, shit.
You walk up and you raw dog soldier stew. I think this might be hell stew now. It is evolved in all the wrong ways.
It's good. It's so good. There's tears running down her face.
Please
It's
roll me
good.
deception.
Yeah, there we go. And Flynn gives her a little slap on the back.
It's
Now
a
you're
5.
one of us.
And what was the deception there?
5.
Zell is not okay, but damn it if they are not a brave face.
Grom's just gonna kind of reach over, pat her on the top of the head like a child, just like, thanks. Please don't choke on that.
I
The
need
t-
some water.
The terrible part is as you start to swallow even a little bit of hell stew, the rest of it is just one continuous like gunky mass, and you have to keep swallowing all of it until finally you manage to force it down your esophagus. And you've literally been hit by an arrow in the last several days, and that was worse.
I knew when I left Cadria I was going to experience new things. I wasn't expecting this.
But you guys enjoy Hell Stew. Fortunately, there are
Don't
other
we?
people that actually bring
I
some
do.
other food. So, and with the casks kind of coming out, there's just a small celebratory moment, you know? A night around the campfires where you've made it past what you believe to be the worst in your trip to Belistrad. That, against all odds, this coordinated strike, some fell, some were lost. But most of you made it. That even against such insurmountable odds, you succeeded in the jaws of defeat. And as you all start preparing to turn in for the night, each at your own time, something approaches in the distance. But as to what that is, we will find out at the next session. Good job tonight. I thought you were gonna die.
Yeah, same.
Whew!
was
Climb the
so
wall.
fucking dicey there.
I thought Drax for sure was going to die, and I was going to have to take his
I was-
hat and become Drax.
I was exactly. Oh, take up the hat, man. That would actually be.
That was a very intense session.
That was.
All right, guys.
Zell, is that you? Call me Zelax now.
Sounds pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's perfect.
So, as is tradition, guys, as a means for us to call each other in and, you know, lift each other up, please nominate somebody that you would like to see get 50 bonus EXP. Please say who it is and why. It can be for anything. Maybe it was a cool moment, something awesome in combat, a funny moment, or something that they did in character that you just really appreciated. And to our audience, thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us. I will start a poll here, and the winner, who you guys vote for, will also get 50 bonus EXP. So please vote for who you liked.
Mr. Draxx, I gotta hand it to you. That was an excellent person-to-person conversation with
Urlach, whatever his name is, yeah.
and genuinely was just like, oh shit, we're gonna have to kill Draxx.
Thanks,
I
Steph.
thought he was turning you for a minute, and then you were like, no, you're a fucking idiot. Excellent stuff.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And of course, the spit in the eye was the coup de grace.
Mm-hmm. The sass was on point.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Damn. I don't know if I want to give it to Drax because he fucking
Almost died.
went toe to toe with a battle master so high level he actually had 3 attacks, and nearly died, or to give it to Grom for bringing back Soldier Stew, even just like.
Ah, yes, that's something we
incidentally.
should encourage. Definitely, we want more of. One day, Nick is just gonna go. Yeah, you.
What?
I'd have-
And you cut out a
He
whole
said
bunch.
one day Nick is gonna, and then just the rest was muted.
That's because he was cursing so bad it broke terms of service, so Twitch muted him.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
That's fine.
My vote's for the oily boys.
None, please. No
Such a
thoughts.
hard goddamn choice.
Yeah, you guys all had really great scenes tonight. Like,
Yeah, we did.
I guess I'll go ahead
It's
and
really
give
hard.
it to
It's a
Drax.
tough decision.
Thanks.
He earned it by nearly
Not
fucking
dying
passing
because
away.
of the heart of, and then almost died because of the heart of the, and then didn't die again because the heart of the.
Get
Well,
a
give
blade drove straight through him and he lived. So. Go ahead.
Congratulations on not dying. Now you can taste soldier stew as a reward. Yay!
right. Welcome
I'll
back.
get there eventually. I'll make a good soldier stew. if I
Surgeon
have-
stew. Oh, I don't want to taste that.
and I think Zell, you were saying something.
I'll give mine to Hetty for, despite Drax's best effort at leaving the party, Hetty brought him back. So well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I think my vote is going to go towards Drax because the he had this moment and he really made like a very good role play moment and very good narrative out of it, and I really appreciate the storytelling that
Yeah.
got brought into it.
Exposition. It's fun.
Yeah. And really good like character development in that scene. I loved it.
Thanks.
All right, was that everybody?
I
I have to go.
don't think Marlon has
Yeah.
given his vote.
I have to go. Nomination for me is actually going to be. Oh shit! I really want to give it to Cat. That was a little cough up, but that was.
I'm gonna have to take a look at your
he's-
mic, dog.
Yeah.
He's saying he wants it to give it. He might want to give it.
I
to
swear
Zell
to God,
because of
this
the
is.
hat
I
throw.
swear to God, this is Discord because I've
Oh,
been
the
I've
hat.
been testing this for a class. There's usually no problem with it. What's going on here?
So, wait, Nick, I missed it. How much bonus experience are we awarding each other?
50.
So
50 apiece. Okay.
I was. Can you hear me okay now? Am I cutting out or am I
I
good?
hear you.
Much better.
It's better now.
Mhm.
So,
Turned off the noise suppression, so maybe that was it. The point being that I actually do want to give it to Grom because not because of the soldier stew, fuck no, because of the epic moment with the holding off of the three gnolls. The fucking stubborn old man climbing the hill is like, I'm actually gonna do it again. I'm gonna get up, and then just in time to get shot, and then kept going, and I'm like. Thank you, sir. Thank you for still going. Although, I think it was a very fun time because I really liked seeing how it's cool to see the party work together as a team, have something go wrong, and then improvise in a way that still works. So that was really cool. You guys have some really cool battle descriptions. Oh, and Hetty's description of the spell, that was dope. That was really cool
thank
for your first time, especially too.
Drax, you were voted by the audience, so you get another 50.
Oh my god, thank you.
Quick question: does anybody have under 450 experience?
Let me see.
That depends. How much are we getting for the session?
That depends if anybody's under 450.
You mean total?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should be,
I
right?
have 280, 825. Jesus.
I have 775 experience currently.
Well, you're getting 500 tonight, so you should all be level 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Nick, what was it? It's how much is the one besides the bonus one?
What?
How much is the XP you're giving besides
I'm giving
the
you guys
bonus
500.
500, and then
Okay.
that's plus the bonus XP
So-
as
Yep.
well.
Hetty's getting 500 plus 50 and 75. She's getting 625 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Drax is getting 650.
Thanks.
Grom is getting 550, and Flynn and Zell are both just getting 500.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
All right. But I hope you guys had fun tonight, especially poor Marley.
Yeah.
But, you know, I appreciate you all playing at my table, and thank you very much. To the audience, thank you all for hanging out. If you are new here and you enjoyed watching these amazing players do what they do best, and me trying to apparently kill them, then please drop a follow and join the community. We will be going live with this game not next Monday, but this is bi-weekly on Mondays. And I do have a normally weekly game on Saturdays as well that's also homebrew. If you have already joined the community and you'd like to get to know them a little bit better, join the Discord. It's a very tightly knit place, super cool. Sometimes people will just pop in chat and then like 10 people show up and we have an impromptu hangout. Really, really great community, really amazing people. We're going to play the credits and then raid out to somebody because I like to use royalty-free music and I credit all of our artwork and assets. Why? Because it's 2024. Art theft is bullshit. We don't use AI stuff. And I credit everything. Speaking of arts, keep our artists booked and blessed. We have this wonderful art from D-Dead. So, yeah, we got lots of folks there. You can check out any of them. They're all in our Discord, all part of the community, and we like to keep them working and keep them going. I think I'm going to raid out to, let me roll the die of Destiny, and let's go 1 to 3 Insomnia Night RPG, 4 to 6 Blackwater D&D. That is a 2 on the die, so we'll go to Insomnia Night RPG. All right, guys, let's go ahead and say goodnight, and then we'll play the credits.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Mhm.